To Pick Central. Today is brought to you by DraftKings Pick Six, the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL. Your game day instincts can score you real money fast. Here's the play. Just pick more or less on two or more player stats from breakout rookies to elite quarterbacks and unlock the upside. Every snap brings. The better your calls, the bigger your payout. I actually saw Spider hit something of this. He does it a lot. I know Tate does it a lot. Eddie does it. I've actually been getting in on it because it's a nice little step away of like straight up against the spread and stuff, like more and less. There's no gimmicks, no convoluted rules, just you and player reads and shot at big returns. And here's a kickoff bonus. New DraftKings customers get $50 in bonus picks with just $5 entry on your first pick set. This season, play your player instincts. Download the DraftKings Pick Six app now and use code PickCentral. That's code PickCentral to play just $5 and get $50 in Pick Six bonus picks. Make the call. Ride the upside in partnership with DraftKings Pick Six. The crown is yours. I do want to – today we are going to skip some NFL games. I'm going to let you guys know this because there's some bad ones yesterday where I literally was thinking, I'm like, we sometimes go through every NFL game. I'm like, I'm not spending my time on the Raiders and the Titans.
I mean, that was the first one that came to my mind.
It's the worst.
It's terrible.
And, like, Cam Ward needs to be talked about as he's dog shit. He's also just not good right now, and I don't care how bad your team is. Some quarterbacks come into situations. This is me talking about it too much already. I can't spend my time on that fucking game.
Quick stat. They fired Vrabel. I believe he is now 4-2 with the Pats this season. Since they fired him, the Titans have won 4 games.
That's about right.
But let's talk about, and also, you know what?
What was the rationale? I don't think it's on.
It's not.
You got me?
Just keep talking.
Show real loud.
Just talk. It's okay. Talk.
Good.
There you go.
There we go.
What was the rationale of firing him as well?
I think just
kinda
I
hit
think
I mean, it was bad.
It was starting to not go great, but it's been way worse since.
100%. I think it was just that their scapegoat.
I think him and ownership had some disagreements as well. It sounded like
It did, yeah.
I'm going to skip something else. The Broncos and Jets should never be
What?
talked about in a game.
What?
The Jets, like,
What are you doing? This was great football.
one of the worst games I've ever watched. Justin Fields, Aaron Glenn. It's two of the worst combinations in football history. It's so
You
bad.
can argue, though, this is the best combination.
For you, yeah, because you want draft picks, which at this point I'd be doing the same thing. But you need to fire him. Actually,
No. Keep him around.
you actually be serious for a
I'm being
second.
dead serious.
The people who were replying to me and be like, they just hired him, they're not going to fire him this year. I totally don't get.
there's no shot he's not.
Why
a one
would
and
you
done.
fire him?
There's
Why?
no shot he's not a one and done.
He has to be done.
You're basically agreeing with me. So it's
Oh, he's very much agreeing with you.
yeah, 100. I'm saying there's
100%
no
be a
chance
one and done. But
there's
now
no
at
chance
this-
he coaches the game next season.
I get why they won't fire him in the season
Right.
because it's kind of like, all right,
Crazy.
well,
What's the
you
point?
suck.
be
We're
kinda
paying you.
crazy.
You might as well just still coach.
I think they definitely could 0-10, 0-11, and get that first jump on the coaching hire circle. I think that's possible.
Who would be available? Why would you do that? You need to have someone. You need to have someone kind of like.
It is. He is right about
no,
that.
you don't.
see Arizona
I don't think
firing
you
that
do.
guy?
Like, who would you be like? Who do you
No.
think's to be available?
I don't think my point more being I don't
gonna
think
go the
you
coordinator
need
route
to. I don't think you
Bad hire.
just
I'd be
because you
surprised
fire
if
him.
they fucking throw money at Spags. Give Spags another fucking run around.
No, they'll probably give it to Matt Nagy. and be like,
That'd be funny.
Look, he's a great offensive coordinator for the fucking Chiefs, and then he's just a horrible head coach still.
Or truthfully, Woody doesn't mind. Like, he really, if you ask me, gun to head, I don't think he cares if they're like a punchline. I could see him at least throwing Rex Ryan's name into the mix to gain attention. Do I think he's going to hire him? No. I do think he would want that wow factor.
I mean, he had an interview with him last year. He already did that. He did that.
With the interview,
he'll do it again. Yeah.
But the thing is,
if you had the number one pick, and that does make you, even though it is the Jets, and it is, I get all that, but it does make you a little bit more appealing to a potential coach.
Definitely.
So
100%. Well, that's kind of why. Well,
that's why you keep Aaron.
This is my problem, right? Like, you're talking about like wait to see who they have. They had the pick of the litter last year. Like, they had one, like some really. You had Vrabel, who obviously
he was always going to England.
100%. But he didn't want to go to the Jets. Like,
he also has a relationship with Kraft. Like,
but there's also So if you think Ben Johnson was going to be a good coach, right? Like, he didn't go. He didn't pick the Jets.
No, he did not want to go to the Jets.
Which is like another thing. Like,
he didn't even interview with him. He chose not to interview with him.
A lot of these coaches that you say like you want your pick. They might not want, like, that might be suicide for their career.
I know, but Marty, so everything you're saying is right, but all you can do is put your best foot forward, even if the shoes you're wearing aren't very nice. So,
100%.
Like, all you can do is be like, all right, well, we have the number one pick. Yes, we are the Jets. Yes, we have a legacy of not being very good. But we have the number one pick. Come here. You can pick your coordinators. You can pick your quarterback. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's the only thing you can sell them on, because what else can you sell them on?
Yeah, I just think that before we move on, I just think that in realness, it is a little like not fair yet. 6 games in, but the problem is, I think Ev said it. The Jets don't have the worst roster.
No,
they don't have the worst roster in the football, but they're playing like it.
Dude, he's so
that's
horrible.
That's where it resonated with me, because
what he did at the half was almost like, does he even want to beat? You know what I mean?
He called a timeout for no reason.
He called a timeout to punt the ball on 4th down in a 1-point game in the 4th quarter.
Also, like at the
called a timeout to punt.
Yes,
that's like it's just he does things consistently week after week. Like I've seen enough like 2 weeks ago, but consistently he does things every week that it's like malpractice.
You could have just
like it's like a high school
delay of game. It wouldn't have mattered. It was crazy.
It's things like a high school coach wouldn't do. Like it's like shocking. And the end of the half thing they're just running the ball, like just running all the clock off when they like it's a close game. You need points.
Can you
it's
finally
just stunning.
He shouldn't be a quarterback.
But like, all right, he shouldn't be like your franchise quarterback.
All right,
like but I again, like you see the difference of like what it looks like when he's with like the Steelers, and I'm not saying they were like lighting the world on fire, but just like the structure, and then just like Aaron Rodgers,
100%.
Like he looked horrible with the Jets, and then he goes to the Steelers. He's slinging the ball around.
I do think if Josh Allen was the Jets quarterback, I don't think they'd make the playoffs.
Like a combo of a Justin Fields and the Jets.
I don't think they would.
It's a bad combo because like you saw with the Bears.
Bad combo.
The Bears, it was a bad combo. Bears, it was a little different because they were at least like scoring some points.
Yeah.
And the defense was bad, but when you get put in, like he's already not great, and you get put, and he needs structure.
He does,
because he can't. Like he's too. There's not enough good. Like Garrett Wilson's good, but there's not enough good. Like he's not getting coached well enough.
Yeah.
What's their win? What's the Jets' win? Carolina is playing way better. Is that this week?
Let's hope there isn't one.
It is. It's Carolina at Jets.
Can I say something nice about Justin Fields? No interceptions this year.
Oh,
Bengals. If they don't get the next
40 yards, it's not hard.
I think it's
his touchdown reception rate is just going to look great.
It is 4-0.
I think you do that. I think you do that. You get Panthers, Bengals. If you don't get the 2 wins, you go into a bye. I think you fire them going into
the Bengals are way better than the Jets.
You fire them going into the bye.
Why would you fire?
I don't think you're going to fire.
You want to lose.
I know you're doing but they're like not. Like you have to be honest. 7 games, 8 games is like not fair. Like
but
you'd wait till after
at the end of the half, the timeout.
Yeah, but it's 6
fucking
games.
Dance. He's showing it. It's
like you do have to give him like it's not like why hire him if you're gonna fire him after 6 games? That'd be like also a bad look for you.
They didn't hire him to then fire him after 6 games.
But that's a bad look on them.
But he's now shown after 6 games he can't do it. Fire him.
But you know how bad that looks for the Jets.
The Jets have had a history of looking bad for the last 30 years.
Yeah, but they don't look at it like that. They're looking at how bad of a hire that is for them to say 6 games. Like when there's also like you gotta just let it ride out. What's the point of firing them? Like there's no actual point. Firing someone, you're like, oh, let's get the boys going, maybe change up. It's like at this point, it doesn't matter.
To Ev's point, though, there is someone waiting in the wings that is like, all right, that's the appealing choice. Then it makes sense to fire him. Other than that, I don't really see.
Yeah, right now there's not.
No, but I don't think
who that person would be.
I don't think they would in the next like few weeks. But I genuinely think it's possible week like
They're 0-12.
week
Yes.
12 to like 15, 16, it's very live for him to get
100%.
fired.
0-6.
Like, I think if that line, like if that Bosco line that he wanted, I think right now him to get fired in the middle of the season is probably plus like 250.
Yeah.
Really?
I think it's like it's just been more. It's been worse than I ever could have possibly imagined. He's one of the worst football coaches I've seen generally at any level.
You know what's funny, though?
It's staggering.
You know what's funny, though?
I'm not like I rip people all the time, coaches, whatever. Like truly, I can't recall someone being so clueless. Like has no idea what's going on.
But we have to move on.
Shocking.
We have to move on. But the funny thing is, they lost by 2 to the Steelers, lost by 2-2 at the Bucs. They lost to the Dolphins by 6.
That's what we said. They could have
And
been
the Broncos by 2. It's like
It could have been 3.
That's
really
it's
not.
the coaching.
It's the coach. That's where
That's
it
the
comes
point.
down.
Like,
could have been
team, I'm
4-1.
This could be like a 3-3 roster.
Let's move on, though. Let's move on. Browns, Steelers. Quick on this. Do you guys? I know the Browns aren't great, but did this move you in any situation? I know you. I'm still high on the Steelers. I think they're very good. Did this move you guys at all?
Sure.
They're just
A little bit.
they're still kind of what I think they are, but the tough travel spot for the Browns. Honestly, probably the worst travel booking you could imagine, playing in London, no bye on the road.
Also, Steelers coming off a bye.
Not super fun. Yeah, and the other team you're playing is at home off a bye.
Their offense looked better yesterday.
No, the
against a good Browns
Steelers
team.
are a solid football team. They're a solid
Did
team.
it move you at all? You specifically? Did it move you a little bit more to like they're more real than because you guys and Meek keep still saying like
They
lose to them,
maybe-
lose first round.
Given the draw, they maybe could win the first round playoff.
Okay, that's so it's
yeah,
moved
I mean,
up a little bit. For you.
Maybe
At some point-
maybe a little bit.
They moved up for you. All right.
At some point, the wins start
Fair.
adding up.
It's also
I mean, they are
I think
4-1. Like
the
all right,
AFC is also like coming down. So like
The NFC is just better than the AFC. It is.
yeah, no, oh, it's deeper. It's
Way.
I think
no,
I would say
I think
NFC?
it's way deeper.
I think
than
it's-
NFC.
I wrote down tiers of AFC and NFC.
We're gonna do
way
that.
deeper.
We're gonna do that after. We're gonna go through these games a little quicker today. We're gonna do tiers after this.
It's like let's be.
Because I want to talk a little college today as well.
AFC's weak. It's crazy.
To me, the Chargers, Dolphins, real fast. Like the Chargers do not look good.
No.
They don't. And then that's a.
Colts hurt though. Like that's a big deal.
But dude, people have like injuries. You know, like I know it's a big deal, but that is
the best player on the
But
team.
that's a pro. Their quarterback is still like the most important. But like
I didn't say
they
most
have
important.
to. He's probably still the best person on their team.
I disagree with that.
Who?
I think Colts the
quarterbacks.
best player on the
Better
team.
player
He's not
on-
the most
he's
important
best
player.
on the team.
Joel, it's probably like pound for pound best
player on the team.
Like
I
given
never
where he
was,
would
but
rank
it's fine.
amongst his position.
Yes.
Or Derwin James.
He's not the most important, but he's the best.
But
Or, like,
regardless,
Derwin James,
regardless though, like that doesn't matter with the Dolphins. Like Joe Alt should not matter against the Dolphins. The Dolphins don't have Tyreek Hill, and they have the worst defense in NFL.
Well, to me, it was the Colts. Or excuse me, the Chargers defense. Because I give them credit. Like
Chargers defense horrible.
Like that to me is the more like something because they look so good early in the season and they look bad a couple weeks in a row. Like last week, like Daniels tore him up. I really think the world of Daniels. Like he's great. I like them getting him back. They move the ball over in the second half. That's fine. But this they have a little bit of talent, but they're not great.
They have Jalen, like, Waddle.
Dolphins. Yeah, they have Waddle and Waller's decent. Like he scored the touchdown.
But we
to
can't be
take the
saying
lead.
Waller's even.
But
decent,
I will give Herbert.
chance,
I'll
good.
give Herbert credit. I mean, when it was nut cutting time, like he went down, scores, win the game.
Whatever you just said, I want you to keep that in your head. All right, just keep it in your head.
All right.
What you just said.
They did win a road game too. Like it's not like I get it's the Dolphins, but like
No.
Yes.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You
I don't
can't, like,
have an issue with the win. It's
Road-
It's a
They
whatever.
won the game. It's
There's
not
no
like they
issue
lost.
at the game. This is a different when we're talking tiers where like everyone's kind of blowing the Chargers early, where it's like lost to the Giants. They lost like almost like winning at the Dolphins doesn't give you that much credit.
No,
You
no,
just
but
said
it's
about the
just
Steelers.
fine.
You just said, oh, does that give you anything? The Steelers.
No, I asked. I've always thought the Steelers. I think the Steelers against the Browns is just like fine. I don't think that did anything. I never said that.
You talk about another
said
guy
that.
you talk about another guy with coaching. Obviously,
I'd say.
McDaniel. Patriots by 6. The Bills game they were in, that was 10. But Panthers by 3, and then Chargers by 2. Dolphins season, as bad as we know they are, at 1-5,
first
you
one.
are at your record. But yeah, his coaching, like
Well, no, his first one. That's
gotta flip.
unfortunately.
Those close ones he could have flipped too.
You're
That changes
unfortunately
the
going to
season.
lose your bet because of him.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
But if
Tua
he
just
was
came
3
out and said,
Oh.
Chargers could very
no one-
easily 1-5. Chargers could be 3-3.
They,
Definitely could.
there's a
Dolphins. You mean.
Dolphins. What did I say? Dolphins.
Tua is coming out and saying Nobody's showing up to players-only meetings.
There's no
online
leadership,
meetings.
he said.
Well, that also means they want him out. Yeah.
But that's also on Tua.
Well, I was gonna say that I saw like
You're not have no respect.
Whitworth and other guys talking about it. That has nothing to do with coaches. That's just saying the players' locker room don't respect you.
100%.
Like Tua,
Players only. Hey, there's no coaches.
He told on himself. He makes it, the guys in this locker room do not respect me. Yeah. I say be here at this time, and they say to go fuck myself.
Because also what
that's embarrassing.
What he's not saying is like, yes, because there's someone else was like, we're all paid to be here and be part of the team. Yes, but they show up for a game. That's their job. Their job is to show up for practice. Their job is not to show up for players' meetings. Players' meetings are you want to rally around your guy. You have one guy that you respect. Like, you know what? I'm going to go to that game and that team. And that is Tua, and they don't give a fuck about him.
They don't respect him
at all. And
that's like the worst thing. Like it's like the most bottom level thing for a quarterback. Like I'd almost rather that than him have like a good arm.
100%.
Just command respect.
No, that's all you need.
Like
is
you
respect.
can't rally the troops even like a little bit. Like they even just care to be like, all right, let's hear what he has to say.
I gotta
they
be
don't
honest.
Even care what he has to say.
I'd rather an average quarterback where they respect and like the team rallies around than a very good quarterback that they don't give a fuck about, because you'll never win with that.
Like he's talented.
I want to see a book about this Miami Dolphins team, like 10 years, or a documentary 10 years from now. I bet it's some wild
2 years ago, you're like, the Dolphins are Super Bowl contenders.
Oh my God.
Like, you're like, they're fucking good, man.
I think Brian Flores feels.
Yeah.
He was roasting Flores.
100%.
Flores is such like an asshole.
Next game, Patriots Saints. Is it just where we work, or like why are we blowing him so much? He's playing well. It's the Saints.
He's good. He's good.
He's good.
He's really
He's
good.
very good. I like Drake Maye. I think we've actually been I know Dukes was like over the top with him, but like we were always respected Drake Maye.
He looks
great.
He looks unbelievable.
He looks great, but also that does help when you get a number one receiver. It does help. You have also a top lineman. Like the Patriots did their due diligence and got better.
Oh no, they did it the right way.
That's what I'm saying.
Even like Butte's become like a big star. He was kind of weird guy. Like,
but that also helps when you have Stephon Diggs gives Butte some time to be the second receiver, and he is worst guys on helps him to get better.
I think Vrabel's given him structure because he was one of these guys at LSU that was super talented, but like he fell in the draft. I can't remember if he was definitely like a late round pick. And kind of just because of like who he was, like he kind of wasn't always focused in that. And he even talked about this year, like he was like, I'm a different guy than I was like 3-4 years. Like he basically was like, I get it now.
Yeah.
And I think Vrabel's a big part of that. He's going nuts. He's going to get a big contract.
Liam, what were you saying?
No, we have a good friend, Playboy Marty, who is a LSU guy, and he's told me for years that Butte was the guy. Where he actually, I think he holds the record for SEC yards in a game from a receiver.
Yeah, but no,
that's crazy
100%.
enough.
Yeah.
Where like finally he's found his spot.
Yeah, also,
Like,
but I do think it
so.
does help with like Diggs being good.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It frees you up where you're like, wow, I'm not the number one guy they're looking at. But like, yes, I think the Patriots. We talked about the Patriots' schedule. They're 4-2. They have an easy schedule. They have Titans, Browns, Falcons next 3. That is a potential 7-2 right there.
They're definitely gonna win at least 10 games.
Patriots tonight are watching that Bills-Falcons game like huge Falcons fans.
Oh,
They're making a serious run at the
Maybe
division
in first
with that
place
schedule.
if the Bills lose.
I also think, like, listen, I think Drake Maye's very good, obviously. But the way it works, like, we came into the AFC, and I talked about it forever. Like, it's a crowded room in terms of VIP getting into the club with how many good quarterbacks you have. Obviously Allen. Obviously Mahomes. Lamar. Burrow. Herbert. Jackson. Stroud. Like, when guys take a dip, so now, obviously, Jackson is not by his own doing. You know, he got hurt, whatever.
Yeah, he's off.
He's out of VIP. Burrow. Out of VIP.
Stroud out of the VIP.
Stroud out of VIP. I don't think Bo Nix, who I liked, who was going to go get a table, he's in general admission. He's fallen down.
Bo Nix was never in the VIP.
No.
Okay.
But he was on his way.
He had a great rookie.
good rookie
I'm just saying. I'm using examples
right, though.
loosely
You're right.
for sure.
Yes.
But, like, all right, it gets a little less crowded. Who's going to rise up? Daniel Jones. He's got a table the way he's playing.
There's
like,
a table.
Drake Maye, there's room for you to, hey, you want to move
Maye's got a
over? There's
table.
space here. Like, that's kind of how it's going to go. And that's the way it changes in the year, you know? So, like, I mean, Rodgers has been okay, but he hasn't been, like, phenomenal. You know, like, I just think when guys drop, other guys are going to rise, and Drake Maye's putting himself in that position. So, they should have had that Steelers one. That'd be crazy if they had that one.
I know. The Patriots look like, and I give the Patriots credit. Like, they look very good. They are a team that you have to watch out for right now. They are not a joke anymore, especially that Bills win put them on the map. 100%. Prime time, Drake Maye played great, and he played great yesterday. Rams, Ravens. The Rams just kind of like looked a little too stagnant for me against that Ravens team. That's where I took a little backseat on them for a second because the Ravens defense is not good, and they kind of like let the Ravens stick around when they are god awful.
They had a better effort. They also got some guys back, like Hamilton back.
They did, but it's just
they got a big effort, like from in the first half.
It's also at Ravens too, but still.
Crazy, the Ravens are still they're plus 160 right now to win the North.
Dude, it was plus 175 last night, still plus 160. They have a bye and Lamar's coming back, but like, dude, it's 4-1 against 1-5. It's not like
they still play them twice.
I know, but
so
it's
I'm saying you go get those two, which they'll be favored in probably both games if Lamar's healthy. So granted, he doesn't get hurt again.
You think
like
so?
I think the Ravens will be there's a real
favored
path.
at the Steelers.
If Lamar's healthy,
I think there's a real path.
How many games the Steelers have?
They were favored in Buffalo.
Yeah, no, but that's the first game
favored
of
in
the
Buffalo.
season.
You'd be favored.
No, but that's the first game of the season.
But I'm saying this Ravens team on paper is like probably it's when they're all healthy. It was the best. I think my opinion was the best roster.
So you think they could get back to? The
I think they've just had they've just been hammered with injuries on both. Like arguably their three best players on defense were out like last week, and then Lamar out. Like and then Ronnie Stanley, like multiple starting offensive linemen that were like their best offensive linemen. Like, it's hard to win like that. Like, when you lose that many key guys all at once.
That Steelers game's also the last game of the season, too.
But that's what I'm saying. If they can get to that point, and I know their schedule, it was incredibly difficult.
Easy.
It gets really, they've had, like, probably a harder first 6 games than anyone I can remember. Like, just all playoff teams.
To be honest, besides, like, the Chiefs, Lions, and Ravens have had a tough first 6 games.
They have. No, they have, too, for sure.
That's where, like, those three are, like, because even Chiefs are 3-3, but they've beaten the Lions, they've beaten the Ravens, and Ravens was with...
They beat the Giants.
Ravens was with Lamar, and they barely beat the Giants.
Am I doing this math right? The Steelers are 4-1. Ravens are 1-5. That's a 3.5 game lead. If we were doing, I know they don't do it in football. It's a 3.5 game lead in football, which is insane.
It's a lot.
You're talking about and the Ravens are still favored. So Vegas and obviously DraftKings and all the smart people are very high on the Ravens.
The Ravens aren't favored.
No, the Steelers are.
Steelers are still favored?
Ravens, no, they just got favored now. Right. They're like minus 150.
Yeah, see, because plus 160 to me it made me think that they were the favorite. That's so low, but I get your point. Yes,
because the Browns and Bengals are so.
I'll say this: if Tomlin doesn't win the division at this point with this cushion, and you have two teams that are out of it, like there's no question. Like Cincinnati and Cleveland are they just don't exist. You have to with a 3.
Cincinnati's technically not. Like, if you're going to say the Ravens are still in it, because I know Lamar's coming back sooner, but, like, the Bengals do have an easier schedule coming up as well. And Flacco did help them.
He definitely was better.
He was better than Brown.
Clearly better.
I just think that you can't.
Either way.
All right, Burrow comes back.
Then that adds to it. I mean, yeah, whatever. But
you would look.
My point is, he's going to lose if he loses the division to either a non-Burrow team or a Ravens team that spotted you before Columbus Day, 3.5 game lead. At that point, like, that's it. Steelers have maxed out. Tomlin, great job. Probably still build a statue for you. You did unbelievable, but, like, that's just the most embarrassing.
You're absolutely insane.
I don't think, that can't be the barometer.
What do you mean, dude? What coach are you going to get better than that?
I'll take Tomlin all day. You can have
anyone would take Tomlin in the NFL.
All right, maybe you don't fire him. He cannot lose the division, though.
But I think it's the big factor of you play them.
You got to figure out a way to figure. You got to figure out a way to win.
But playing them twice, you can gain so much ground with those 2 games.
100%.
Like you flip it on its head with those 2 games.
You're saying as Baltimore?
Yes, like if they can win those 2 games, it completely flips everything.
To Tomlin's point, to the point of Tomlin, you got a 3.5 game lead. You got to at least split. He's got to win the division.
But they've played an easy schedule.
Oscar, listen to the Ravens next game.
He's still got to win the division.
Listen to these next games.
I don't think that's crazy to ask.
No, they should win it. But the Ravens
I don't know if they will.
Neither do I. But
I gotta think the Ravens are going to find a way.
Listen to these next games: Bears, at Dolphins, at Vikings, at Browns, Jets, Bengals. You could win all those games.
Definitely.
And now you're 7-5.
But also, like the Steelers,
at least go like
the Steelers have the Bengals.
But in that same stretch, the Steelers go Bengals, Packers, Colts, Chargers, 3-game run. But then they go.
That's what I'm saying. That could
they
be
go
1
Bengals.
and 2.
They go Bengals and Bears as well, and still get the Dolphins and the Browns late. Tomlin has to win this.
I'll be honest. The Steelers this week.
The Steelers
win this week. It becomes like they are definitely going to win the division. If they beat the Bengals, I think that it's like, because then it's 4 games.
5-1 versus 1-5.
Yeah, like that's 4 games.
I still wouldn't say definitely.
Yeah, I don't
they have
either.
those 2 in hand.
It's just having the 2 because
That also would be tiebreaker.
But the Ravens, that means the Ravens have to win like 8 games in a row.
I think the,
No,
Ra-
no,
I
I think the
rattled off
Ravens
6 in a row.
I think they can.
That's
legit-
but that's not definite. Like they lost with Lamar. You have to remember this. They lost with Lamar as well. I know they lost to the Bills and they lost to the Chiefs with Lamar, but like it's still they lost with Lamar. It's not like it was definite. That's where I'm with you guys. That is.
But they lost to the 2 best teams in the AFC by like very small margins on like
Not the
insane.
Chiefs. They beat the shit out of the Chiefs.
I'm saying that's fair. They also did have some injuries in that game, but like the Bills, they were up 2 touchdowns with 4 minutes.
Chiefs
left.
also didn't have Worthy.
Chiefs are good. Chiefs are just very good.
No,
team.
100%.
But I'm saying that schedule they have, it would not shock me at all if they went like 8-2.
The last 3
Down the
games,
stretch,
I will say
like-
the last 3 games the Ravens are tough. Patriots, at Packers, at Steelers. That's tough.
They just need to be in the mix. Like they need to get to that point with like life.
Yes.
Tom, he's got to win this.
The firing thing is
Not all right. I went crazy
So I'm
with
telling you,
that. but,
Steelers
like,
fans will call for it. If that
Yeah,
Oh,
happens.
yeah, they will.
I'll talk to Jerry about it this
No,
week.
they're
my point is either way, like you're getting a
but they're
3.5
spoiled,
game
dude.
lead.
Yeah, but-
you got to win the fucking division.
100%.
Got to figure it out.
But it's also
There's no
they're
doubt
spoiled.
about it now.
Like if you would you take for the Giants what Tomlin's done?
Yes,
That's what I'm saying.
100%.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Where it's like,
But Steelers fans have a right to be like, all right.
I don't think they do. But that's what we're both opposite.
I'd be willing to fire Aaron Glenn to get Mike Tomlin.
I know it's.
I'd fire my entire. I'd
We
fire.
all agree. He's got to win the fucking. He's got to win the fucking
Yeah,
division.
well, I'm still with you.
Got to win the division.
But it's still like not that. You're making it seem easier than it is.
It's not easy.
It definitely is a huge head start.
And that's the point. Finish the race.
Yeah.
You can't go to sleep under the tree and let the turtle go past you.
Well,
Goddamn turtle.
next game, Cardinals, Colts. Colts win 31-27. Before we get into the game, has anyone gone to the hospital and concussed before a game before? Anthony Richardson hit himself in the eye with the bands. And like had to go to the hospital and like really hurt. That's crazy. And second, the backup tight end laid out their starting cornerback concussed out. Like one of their best cornerbacks got hurt before that game. And so they had their two cornerbacks that played the game was their third stringers. Like that is brutal for them cornerback wise, which is the reason I think Brissett was fucking
They
having
got carved up.
Yeah, but that's hurt. Like they were hurt, but regardless, I think that the Colts also were in a spot right there where they had to come back, and Daniel Jones did it.
Yeah, he did. They were going back and forth.
Like at the end, though, they were down.
They made the stop they needed.
But they were down 3 with 5 minutes to go, and they went.
He went
down the field and scored.
But Cardinals drove all the way down. They were like inside the 20.
Yeah.
That was a sweat.
And I just think to me, you're kind of being a little bit of an asshole. 0% chance is crazy.
No, they're just not going to win the Super Bowl. Like obviously,
obviously you can
Vegas
say
would make
that.
odds like they have like a whatever.
They have a better
5%.
They have a better chance than the Bucs odds wise right now.
That's crazy to me.
That's just not me saying it. That's like what Vegas.
I think
you have to respect Vegas.
I think it's because there's an easier path in the AFC.
Exactly. That's
why
the whole fucking point I'm saying, though. I'm not saying they're the best, but they have an easier path.
0%. I'm obviously being a dick.
There you go. Thank you.
That's like the Colts is like I'd bet my beard again on the Colts.
Let's do it.
Yeah, done. If the Colts win the Super Bowl, I'll shoot my beard off again.
And Marty, you'll do the same if they
That's just
lose. No,
Like that's
no,
how's
that's
that?
not fair.
But that's not fair at
So-
all.
Okay, no, you're right. You're right. I know.
Because I could be. That's frank. They're not gonna win the Super
I'm
Bowl.
talking
One
to,
team.
but
wins.
you have to give something on your end for something. I don't know what it means.
I mean, something way less. Yeah, I'll do something way
How about
less.
yeah.
What is that like? Winning the Super Bowl, I should then get $1 million. Like I should get a lot. I should get a lot more than that.
How about if the Colts don't win the first playoff game? You have to shave your beard.
No, I'll never shave my beard, so I don't really
He
care.
doesn't want to shave his beard.
Okay, but
I don't either. It was horrible the last time.
I won't do it. Like,
I'm that kind. There is
I'm
just,
trying. I'm trying to.
You won't do things too. So what does it matter?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just trying to give something that would be.
I will do something if you
like
want.
I think
figure something out,
to
but I
me,
won't.
It's just even
Nothing
if,
appearance-wise.
even if they're able to run, like go on this crazy run, like say they're able to somehow get like the 1 seed in the AFC,
Which
and
they are
and
right
get a
now.
bye. I just still like them to, even if they're at home, to beat like a combo of like the Bills, Chiefs.
They don't need to do that though.
No, but I'm saying of like I'm saying, or like whatever combo of like if the Ravens are or Steelers, like whoever, like these teams, if they were to beat all those teams consecutively, like 2 of them, and then beat whoever comes out of like the gauntlet NFC, I'd be like, good for you. Like I just don't see it.
But like the thing is, what my point is, like they are a well-rounded team. Daniel Jones playing well.
No, they're
everyone knows
they're a solid
right?
ball club.
They're running. They have the best running back in the NFL at the moment.
They got one of them.
Yeah, top 3.
He's one of the best running backs.
Top 3,
no doubt.
Best tight end in
one of the best, no doubt,
in the NFL. Their defense is hurt right now.
It's solid.
It was
bad yesterday, but
and they're hurt, but they also have cap room to make a trade for someone big. They just made that yesterday.
They also just this is where my fear of. I think the defense is fine.
They restructured Moore's contract to make money for.
I feel like I don't know if it bothers me or I just don't understand it. Like I'll never forget a Sports Center commercial as a kid. They said we have an NFL. They did one of those cutaways. They said 3 things. Like there was a buzzer beater, whatever, and then there was a trade in the NFL. And even as a little kid, I'm like, you know what's interesting? There's just not a lot of trades in the NFL during the season. And if you look at some of these teams, like looking for a shot, like same thing, like Pittsburgh, like. Hey, we got a shot now. Like, can we get something to put us over the edge? Like, all the teams in baseball that look like what can we do to get us over the edge? NBA, what can we do to get us over the edge? I get, a lot of it's playbook and whatever, but it just doesn't seem like the NFL at the deadline.
There's never
any activity. Any activity.
Patriots have $50 million in cap space just sitting there. Make a trade. Trade with the Jets.
I don't think that's crazy. And don't tell me, we made a trade for like, I don't know, fucking nickel corner. Like nobody's making.
But the problem is
trades.
sometimes that does take like teams over. Like that linebacker really does make a difference. Like it does, but it's not as sexy.
Or even like
baseball's getting really good players.
We're banged up at linebacker. Like, can we afford? All right, it's going to cost us a 3rd-round pick, but this guy can play right now. It just, I don't know. It's just very,
regardless is
very interesting to me that the NFL dominates the sports calendar, the news cycle, the social, like the interest of all fans. You're like one sport the rest of your life. Which one you picking? You go down 100 people. I feel like fucking 92 is NFL the way it goes some days.
100%.
Probably right.
Like if you're looking at these teams, like, and a Super Bowl means so much, and like who can win one and never get back? Steelers won one. Haven't been back since. The Bengals, we don't know when that's going to fucking happen. The Rams got theirs, like. You look, it's like, I don't know, like why?
Why do they make more? I agree, Rico. It's very strange. Maybe the cap holds some teams back.
I think it's the cap.
Space.
It's people don't want to just give away draft picks too for guys.
You're
that
right.
Like,
their draft picks mean way more than baseball.
Listen, Ev, I'm not diminishing. It's more complicated. I get it. I'm just saying.
I think less guys become like a readily available that could actually make that.
But I think Evan, where you say like NBA, right? You trade one guy for 5 picks, he can actually change your entire. Right. If you trade for one guy for your picks, that could fuck up your franchise forever because there's only 7 draft picks in NFL. It's very important to hit on those.
The GMs think of themselves very high, like they cover these picks because they're so like arrogant.
Yeah,
like everyone thinks they can draft like the next guy with their 6th round.
My point is
it's all different. I just even it doesn't even seem like teams call each other.
No, they
do.
Yeah, the Eagles, I think, are on the phone every day. But there's 2 guys right now that people
there's
are
not a lot of buzz. There's not a lot of buzz of that.
The Eagles are trading. The Eagles have traded a ton this year. They really have.
The Eagles have always been the team that trades. No one else does, though. Like to Rico's point.
But there's people on the block right now. Like Olave is being talked about a lot.
Brees Hall is being talked.
He can talk. He can help a team a lot. I think.
I guess I don't.
I think Hendrickson.
Like that news is.
I know Hendrickson just signed, right?
But it's a 1-year deal.
It's a 1-year deal. Hendrickson's going to get dealt. Like Hendrickson's being talked about.
I with the Lions. I heard the Lions.
Colts and Lions are 2 big ones, and like that's where and you also have teams that might like the Colts haven't been there in a while, right? Like it's been pretty bad for them. They're going to make a move that you're going to be like, okay. I just think that it's a little unfair. I think that you guys are shitting on the Colts a little too much. I don't think that you need to think that they win the Super Bowl. Of course not. But the 0%, I was like, all right, they are playing and beating the shit out of teams as well.
They just haven't played a good schedule of like.
But other teams haven't either.
But I'm saying
that's where it
fine,
pisses me off.
Just look at the quarterbacks they played. Like the one game they lost, they played against a good quarterback.
But they
made mistakes in that game.
Yeah, but that you can't
But they did. But it's true though.
But they drop the ball at the goal line. They don't do that. They win.
Sure,
it was in the end zone.
But that's good teams should not do that. And I'm not even saying that the Colts are a good team, but I'm saying they're just. I think you're you putting them in that teams that win the Super Bowl category. I think is crazy.
I think actually not one. Everyone was like obviously when I was like, and that's just, I'm not saying everyone's Twitter opinion matters, but it was like, it was no one like, you think the Colts, it was like literally like, oh, Captain Obvious, because they are playing incredible. And like we have to admit, like they've been, like even like the Broncos is a win, but you could take that away with the Rams, right?
Almost just lost to Jacoby Brissett at home. I mean, like.
But you just said the same thing about, you said what a win for the Chargers. Like, what are you talking about? You just did the same thing with the Dolphins.
I don't have a big issue with the
I
win.
said the Dolphins game was on the road. Wasn't this game? Where was this game played? In Indy, right?
What is that? But you just said
the
the Cardinals are way better than the Dolphins.
With Jacoby Brissett, I don't know if that's true.
Jacoby Brissett's not the worst. It's not good, but he's not the worst.
I don't think that's true. I think it's way better.
I don't have a problem with the win. Listen,
that's just like you being arrogant. Then. The Dolphins are horrible.
Any given Sunday, their NFL teams, like they can give you a game.
The Packers lost to the fucking Browns.
It's not about the way.
Are they in the Super Bowl contention?
But I think who you play does matter, and
you just said it doesn't.
It matters. It definitely matters some.
But the Packers just lost to the Browns. Are they in the Super Bowl conversation?
The Packers are in the Super Bowl conversation.
Why?
Because it's just
they barely. But they won the game, and you're saying it matters.
Played anybody, Marty.
Yes, the Rams are somebody.
They lost.
But it doesn't matter to you why. When they dropped the ball and scored a touchdown, it doesn't matter.
That Broncos game week 2. Am I misremembering? Was that a crazy win for the Colts?
Yeah, they stole that one.
They got.
So then, like, all right, 6 and 1 half does the other. Then, like,
okay, there you go. What do you mean? But they're winning these games by like 40. And there's also teams that you're saying that are losing games to play. Like the Bills just lost to the Patriots at home. That does nothing to you for them.
But the Patriots are good. Patriots are really good.
The Broncos and the Patriots like the same fucking.
No.
I don't know if that's true.
I
wish
you were down on the Broncos.
I was down on the Broncos before the season. I would take the Patriots before the Broncos, like very confidently.
I just think that you guys. So if they beat the Chargers at Chargers,
that matters a lot.
Because you keep saying against the Broncos, you guys said it matters.
But there's two. But I think it didn't matter. There's two parts of the conversation. Like, I've already conceded that they're like a solid team.
I think I'm more.
Now you're talking about them in this like upper tier that I'm not willing to.
That's fine. But you guys are just a little shit on them, a little too. Like they haven't gotten credit.
But I've met you halfway. But now you want me to go the whole way.
No, that's fine. That's fine, and that's okay. But you go back and forth on things where like the Chargers were. It's just because it was at the Dolphins. You're giving that way too much credit.
When I said all I said was they won a game on the road. That's tough to do. That was my whole point. Like
against a way worse team.
Dolphins do suck for sure, but it's a game on the road.
I'd say the Dolphins are
eating Jacoby Brissett at home does nothing for me.
See the Dolphins the third worst team in the NFL.
You got Titans, Jets. I don't know.
Rate
your Raiders maybe in that mix.
They're in that mix of like Raiders.
When you have Jacoby Brissett and the Cardinals, they're in that bottom tier. They're pretty
bad. It's where they just have so many injuries, like from Connor and all.
But the Colts have injuries as well. Like, that's the thing where it's just like they literally had their third string cornerback. It's just fine. Like we go back and forth.
No, I have no issue with the Colts winning the game. Is fine. They pulled it out. It's fine.
Where you keep pushing on us? Like what odds do you think the Colts are going to win the Super Bowl?
I think that right now. I think they have the 6th or 7th best odds. Right.
Okay.
I think that's pretty. Like that's showing they do get the respect. I think that they are the 3rd best team in the AFC right now. That is a good chance to win a Super Bowl.
But the drop off between 2 and 3 is massive.
I don't think it. Like the Chiefs also lost to a team in their division. Like they lost to the Jaguars. We're just going to go past that. That doesn't matter.
But that's another one. That's
against. We'll see that.
But that's another point I would say against you is that you guys don't have the division locked up.
Well, they're minus 250 right now, right?
I'm saying you got, but another one you got 2 against the Jags. Like that's you dropped those 2.
That's we'll see.
I did say that last Monday. I didn't have the stones to take Jacksonville, but I said, watch out. As good as the Colts are,
against the Chiefs.
Jacksonville's right here.
Like that's showing that they think they're going.
You could be as high as you want on the Colts, and that's fine. And they have to adjust the odds based on record. And if they win the division, they'll get a home game. But in terms of draft, like if you line people up and say, all right, you got a Super Bowl draft here, life dependent on it. Like who do you want?
In the AFC, I want you to do it. I guarantee.
But the NFC plays for the Super Bowl also.
Of course, but you have to talk. But you don't play like.
If I was making a big board,
AFC's way more important to them.
In order, loosely.
But start in the AFC.
I'm just saying, I'd have Kansas City, Buffalo, the Lions, Green Bay, Tampa Bay, the Rams, Philly, and the 49ers. Definitely before the Colts.
But see, that's idiotic to me.
Do you think the 49ers ahead of the Colts is crazy?
No, yes.
I think that was the only one that you lost.
Yes, dude.
But here's the
Other
thing.
than that, I'm with you.
49ers?
No, but that's only.
Everyone else, I agree.
That's because of injury.
I still think
that's because they're just so.
I think
all
the
the
Niners
injuries
have a
they've had,
better
I don't
up.
think
Rico,
They
guess
get better.
what?
I think they have a better up.
But a lot of these guys are coming back.
They're getting killed now. You're
Like
right.
Bosa's
Yeah.
done.
That
Warner's
changes that.
like
Well,
Warner's
also,
done.
Rico-
Like, those are
That's interchangeable.
It does matter,
Nobody
though.
batted an eye on the first 7.
Because
No,
Rico,
I know.
agree with
do you know how stupid that sounds? Because the NFC, it doesn't concern them. They all are cannibalize each other. That means nothing to them. Talk to me about the AFC.
But they do
Because
have to win that last game.
Of course they do, but they have to get the The Bucs have a way harder way to get to the Super Bowl.
Their path is more difficult.
1,000%.
Yes,
The
definitely.
Packers. Also, you think the Packers are better than the Colts right now? The Packers have not fucking looked good at all. They almost just lost to the fucking Bengals to Joe Flacco.
If the Packers played the
Joe Flacco
Colts
was
right now, the Packers would win that game.
Why is that?
I think the Packers are a better team.
Okay, great. I think the Colts are better team. That doesn't mean anything to me. The Packers have not looked good.
All right, to
Colts
that
haven't played anybody.
Packers
point.
just lost to the Browns. They just barely beat at home against the fucking Bengals. Joe Flacco just got there 2 days ago. How are the Packers, like, in your mind, so much better?
To that point in the
I think they
AFC.
have a more talented team. Their roster is better.
I don't think that's true.
Also, trust their quarterback a little more.
I don't think. Well, Jordan Love hasn't been great. If you look at his numbers,
He's had
they
a
don't look great.
resume that I trust more than Daniel Jones, who's been good for a few weeks.
All right, then to that
Love hasn't
point,
been that good his whole career. He's been
Pretty
fine.
Good. That's not fair.
He's been pretty good. I would say this. I think the Packers are better, but I said yesterday the Packers are starting to slide. I was so high on them the first couple of games.
That's fair.
They're starting to slide into where I'm not trusting them quite. I'm not as high on them as I was after the demolition of the Lions. To me, it was I thought the defense was going to be so stellar,
not as
and against the Cowboys, I mean, they got torched. That's a problem.
You think Joe Flacco's good?
This game, I think you saying
He was close.
they almost lost to them is like a little.
You were in the game.
They were in the game. I wouldn't say
For a
they
while.
almost lost. They won by 2 scores.
Let's go bring it back to the AFC.
They
So
never
the
were
AFC.
really in danger of
To
winning.
your
Bring it back.
point, more so to you two. And I'm neutral too because I don't really like one way or the other. I don't really care about the Colts, but I'm examining it from 100 feet up. If you're saying the Colts are the third best team in the AFC, are they definitely better in a playoff game, or when you line them up in like these teams in a playoff game? Are you definitely taking the Colts against every one of these teams?
But wait, real quick. Like, definitely is crazy. You know, like, no one's ever going to be, like, I don't think the Chiefs are definite.
And
in
more
anything.
so. All right, but Jaguars, Pats,
Yes.
Chargers, Denver, and Pittsburgh. I don't know if they're sweeping all of those.
No, definitely.
That's my point. You line them up, I think it's a pick 'em.
But that's not, like, but you guys are acting like all those are better is crazy.
I'm not saying that
all of them are better, but
They
in
are
my
all better, but they're in that same.
if you want me to
Yes,
float you
but they
up the
are-
Super Bowl list, you got to be better than all those other
But
contenders.
do you think that's that hard to beat any of them?
It's just as easy to lose. You're kind of proving the point. That's
It
what
doesn't
I'm
make
saying.
any sense. Just as easy to lose does. Like, I'd rather play.
It's kind of a
The
coin toss
AFC.
to a lot of those
The
teams.
AFC guys are easier than the NFC. Is what my whole point of
But
this is.
it's not.
He's
It's
saying
not
they're
a
coin
cakewalk.
flips.
Yeah,
They're all
I don't
coin
think it's a
flips.
coin flip.
I agree.
I think
think it is.
I think the Patriots are better.
That's
And that's
crazy.
I
not
don't
even
think it's
listing.
crazy.
I'm not.
that's
I think the
insane.
Steelers might be better.
I'm
It's
not even
close.
listing fucking.
See, you guys-
I didn't even
okay.
put Baltimore on here because
But
I don't think they'll make the playoffs.
They
But like,
shouldn't. They're 1-5. They shouldn't.
I think
you
I
can't talk about it right now. They're 1-5. You
But if
can't. At this
but
point, you
can.
can't.
That's
You
another.
can
If
talk
Baltimore
about it.
somehow made their way in, like they'd be favored at
Yes.
Indianapolis probably, and that doesn't mean they're definitely going to win the game.
All right. Well, we'll have to see more off the
playoffs is a different animal. We've seen it with the Steelers when they
course it
start
is.
12-0, you know, whatever, and then they're like.
My whole point is though,
just-
the AFC. Like, you named a lot of people in the NFC that are really good. That the Chiefs and
But I named 5 teams in the AFC that I think
also-
are straight up coin flips.
coin flip is-
that they would have
wouldn't
in
you
the
rather
wild
that,
card
though?
or the divisional.
Wouldn't you rather the coin flip than the
that's- but
fucking
e-
NFC?
Even the coin flip, they could shape out that they're like the Steelers and Pats are just better. Like the Chargers, when Alt gets back, maybe the Chargers get a little better
Well, okay, they have to get their guys back too.
because it's just the corner though.
No, 3 corners. They're starting 3 corners.
We'll see. I guess if that makes
That's a huge thing. No one's talking about because no one
sure.
cares. Like, it's just like there's things that I'm just saying the AFC is way weaker. That's why I don't think it's that crazy. That I think the Colts are a very well-rounded team. I think their coaching has put them in a good position. I think we got to move on. Seahawks, Jaguars. I just think the Seahawks are. I think you and Meek were very wrong about the Seahawks.
I've already came back. I've taken the lump. I've already.
Seahawks are very good.
I did weeks ago, and it's really for me. It wasn't much about the Seahawks. It was about Darnold.
He's good.
Donald looked awesome. That was a miss by me. He's looked great. I thought he would look way worse. He's looked incredible. JSN is
top 5 receiver.
He's so good.
He's unstoppable.
He's so good.
Crazy because
The way
Ohio State has not
he's
had any
dusting
good
guys.
wide receivers in the last 3 or 4 years.
He's so fucking good.
I mean, that one
the
where
Jaguars again, kind of to me right there came. I think Lawrence did not look good again.
no, he didn't play.
That was a punch in the face for the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Also, the
at home
that was
too,
so-
it's-
honestly, another
so
throw the
obvious,
Seahawks in
though.
the
You
NFC
beat the
conversation.
They're on there.
Yeah.
Seahawks they should be in that
We were
like
saying
I had
my
the Seahawks
tier-
ahead of the Niners.
They're in my tier
I think the
2.
Seahawks are better than the Niners.
with the Niners
Close.
injuries.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
See, it's
That's
tough
what I'm
because
saying.
they did beat them already. They'll play them again in Seattle.
With the injuries.
But with it losing Bosa and Warner is going to be tough to overcome. And then Kittle's been out this whole time. Purdy, who knows what? Like,
Yeah, it might just be too much for the 49ers. I
mean,
was
your
bought when you told me
receivers-
about it. I took them yesterday. I did think that game would be within a field goal. Was hoping for a backdoor late. I did think, hey, they're not healthy. They're still okay. Like, watch out as it goes. Now they've just got
Guess-
worse healthy. So that's
Guess who also wasn't healthy, and like the most unhealthy is the Buccaneers. They didn't have Godwin. They didn't have Mike Evans. Ibuka
they lost him in the
got
second
hurt
quarter.
in the second quarter, and Sterling Shepard made them look good. Tez Johnson
What's the status
made
of
them
the
look
Buga?
good.
What is?
I don't think it's
It's just hamstring,
unknown.
so
yet.
he doesn't
It was-
know.
Yeah.
And also, it's Ibuka. It's not Ibuka. It's Ibuka. I found that out because he talked to Gronk because he said a big boo, and he said it's silent G.
I saw somebody I respect on Twitter tweet, this Bucs team is ass. Like, watch out when they finish with 9 wins based on how close they've gotten. I'm buying the hype on this.
But like,
on the
how
Bucs.
can someone?
I'm just
say
saying
that?
to counteract. They've won a lot of close games.
But the Chiefs did that last year. They won a lot of close games.
Yeah, I guess to his point, it's the water's going to find its level quicker than it did with
I
the
think
Chiefs.
they lose next week at Lions, but they'll win. I think they'll win at Saints, and then you're 6-2.
And again, they have all their
you gotta buy.
all their receivers are out, and Wirfs was gone for the first 3 games.
Yeah, their other tackle Ludke's out. I
I just think that like you got to give like at what point that's where I struggle with people like say that, and that's fine. Like, you're just bringing up a point. I'm not against you. It's just like you got to respect what they're doing.
I think a vote for right this second. A vote for anyone else for MVP besides Baker Mayfield is. I don't know what you're watching. I don't know what he needs to do. Like it doesn't matter who he's throwing to.
And guess what?
Who's
He's not.
blocking.
He's
And
not the
it's not
favorite.
that they're just winning; they're scoring points every time they need a drive. He delivers.
Yeah.
It's what he's doing is that 3rd and 14 he picked up.
Insane.
Unbelievable. Then throws the insane ball, great catch
Scramble.
to Tez Johnson. Like he just picks this
And
team
guess
up and
what?
puts them on his back
He's
and
third now.
carries them to
It
victory.
was a very funny
and odds.
exchange. Very funny exchange. Just
Yeah, but who's in front of him now?
Mahomes,
Josh Allen and Mahomes.
They probably just don't want to be.
Josh
can't
Allen,
put
yeah,
themselves-
just so I
Baker
get hurt,
should
but
be like
still.
he should be the
Baker should be number
resounding-
1. Yeah, he
They
should.
can't put themselves at that. To Clemmer's point, they can't expose themselves until.
But it should be closer in odds. Like he's
It's
like
different, though. I get
185
what
to
you're saying.
485
It's
is a
different.
So
lot.
it flipped. So he was number 2, and then Mahomes flipped it
Mahomes
back.
did play well yesterday.
Mahomes like flipped him back to number 2 from 3 last night in odds.
Like, how is Lamar Jackson still there?
You all know what it is because they're protecting themselves from he comes back in after the bye.
No chance.
They win 8 games in a row, and then all of a sudden you're like, who's the real? Like I think they can't. A guy like Lamar that knowing that path exists in this planet,
Yeah.
they can't expose themselves to put Lamar like 50
Hey,
to 1.
Daniel Jones did cut down a half.
Well, the Yankees will never be past 10-1 ever, any time ever to win the World Series.
They cut down half yesterday for Daniel Jones, 80 to 40.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Bucs are 5-1. They have 2 games left against the Saints. They have 2 games left against the Panthers.
Yeah,
Just throwing that out there. And a game against the Dolphins.
Panthers
They're
are
sneaky on terrible.
Panthers
are
are 3-3.
They might just be home warriors.
The,
They're 3-0 at home.
There was a very funny exchange. I stopped by my dad's yesterday to eat dinner, and the Bucs are on, obviously, and then you're flipping through the other games, obviously with Red Zone. But I'm like, it's crazy. Baker Mayfield's just like certified top 10 quarterback. And my dad has been checked out of the NFL for the last 3 or 4 years. He's like, no question. I'm like, bro, you don't what? I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm not taking the bait. But like, he just has he doesn't watch Thursdays, doesn't watch mostly Sundays, other than the Jets to laugh at himself. Monday nights he ain't watching. Like, I was like,
Let's say something crazy. If the Cowboys had a defense, Dak could be the MVP. His numbers are crazy.
Yeah, he's played very well. Honestly, I remember like moments in like the Eagles game they lost. He played very well.
I mean, yesterday he was fucking 261 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interception.
I just don't. When it comes,
Cowboys' entire season
comes to, like,
changes if they would have
crunch
beat the Packers in this game.
And CD,
And it flips
CD being
real
hurt's
quick.
tough.
They're in
they
that
should have
mix.
lost to the Giants, though.
Yeah.
They're in
That should go
Yeah,
both
that's fair.
Part of the
They're
reason he has those numbers is because he doesn't have a defense, though. You know what I mean? He always has to.
That's where he's a guy. Like when it
This
comes
is
to
so weird. But that game was like not a blowout. He came back. Like he was just going. I think they're going like pound for pound. It's just that their defense is that bad.
Oh yeah. No, I had the Cowboys yesterday. I was pissed off.
How everyone do it yesterday?
3-1.
Oh, great.
yeah, 3-1.
3-1.
3-1. I got a game tonight. 3-1.
What'd you do?
I think 2-3.
Oh, that's not that bad though.
Vegas and the Rams
Who you have
under for
tonight?
sure.
I had the under in the.
All right, this is big for me and you because I'm
I'm upset. I didn't know you did that well. That makes me upset. That makes me
3-1. Colts were my only loss. Yeah, baby.
I had the Falcons.
The over in the
I
Dolphins.
have the under in the Bears Commanders.
I have the Bills tonight, so that'll be a someone will lose.
Not necessarily.
Also,
No, me and him.
I know how much people were how close paid attention. Panthers were like one of my biggest bets of the day, so I was super locked in. The last drive, it's 27-27. It was like a fourth, and I want to say like 3 or 4.
3.
A 3 on the Cowboys 45s, and it's a tie game. Like with like 2.5 minutes left, 2 minutes left. Where like if they don't get this, they could easily punted and let the Cowboys get the last drive, come down, kick a field goal, win the game. The defense had to stop all day. I loved the mentality of like we're just gonna win this game right now. Like fuck this, we're not giving the ball back to the Cowboys when we've given them 27 points. Pickens has ran circles around us all day. They're gonna go down and score. He draws up a little slant to Renfro, hits it, drive down, win the game. Like I just think that's winner shit. That's good coaching. I'm just so sick of coaches wanting to punt and just do like this chicken shit football. Like it just stopped me. I was like, this guy,
100%.
on Alice. I'm like, that's a football.
Or even the same thing.
And you see the improvement.
Yeah,
They're 3-3. As much as they're on the Panthers,
No,
they're
Bryce
3-3.
Young's
Like they're
looked
right
pretty
here
good.
in the mix.
They look better too, F.
And
That's what I'm saying. Like
looks good too.
and they have injuries too.
Are we gonna
Their
talk about-
defense just sucks. That's the
talk
problem.
about Rico Dowdle.
Dude, guys, this
Dowdle.
guy,
He was a man on a mission.
in 2 weeks, he has like 400 yards of offense
Yes.
in 2 weeks.
And that was a revenge game for him too.
Big time.
That was awesome.
You hear what he told the
I don't think-
Cowboys
I
for
don't
the
think-
game?
He said, buckle your chin strap.
Yeah, I don't think Hubbard. I don't think you could start him when he comes back.
No, wait, it's gonna be like you can't take it. He's got to be like a committee. Where Hubbard's a very good player, but Dowdle's been so good.
Unfortunately, he's that good.
Dowdle has to keep getting like a good amount of touches as well.
Titans, Raiders, blow me. We talked 49ers, Bucs. Packers, Bengals. To me, again, like that just wasn't impressive for me against a bad. Like Bengals are not good, and on both sides of the ball right now. Still won. They still get a credit, but it's just like it. To me, they are a tier that I don't know yet.
Yeah, in fairness, the Bills played a close game against the Saints too, so to speak. They didn't blow them out of the water.
Bills have. You want to talk about no good
just
wins?
saying, like,
it's the same thing. But the Bills you respect
It's the NFL.
because Josh Allen has
never.
done it.
It's never going to be just a blowout win.
Yeah, that's what I'm
30
saying.
complete on the field, but how about Goff's touchdown being taken off the fucking?
So let's talk about Chiefs Lions. Yeah, first touchdown. That guy did have $5,000 on first touchdown.
Oh my God.
That's
$450,000.
that is brutal, man. And also like not that like there's just no flag right away. That's what
was
kills
so
me.
late.
Flag right away. Credit to that announcer being like
Kicker
that's
was on the field to kick the extra point.
yeah. Credit to that announcer. He knew right. I don't know who said it. I don't know if it was a rules analyst or
Yeah, it was one of those guys.
he said it right away. He goes, that is not a touchdown. He did not. You had to wait a second, right?
Golf wasn't set at all.
Never
He was-
set.
He just like threw it.
Just went and kept running. But that's brutal. That also is kind of just a touchdown there to 3 points is brutal.
Well, but then they were still going to go for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then they got the delay of game because of all the confusion. And then they could. They're crazy. They were going to go for it from like the 5.
Yeah, which I liked. I liked it.
I loved it. I
liked it.
love Dan Campbell.
But yeah, I think you just gotta. The Chiefs. Worthy didn't even play well in this
The
sense.
touchdown early, the first touchdown.
Yeah, but not he wasn't the X factor. Like
They
Juju
just have-
played great.
I mean, Hollywood Brown had 2 touchdowns.
Hollywood Brown great.
Now that they're healthy, they put now the receiving core thing, especially once Rice gets back.
Rice is back next week.
You can't say anything about Chiefs having no weapons. Like they
No,
have guys.
they have a ton of weapons
They have
now.
guys.
They're back. Who the Chiefs have next week? They're 3-3.
Their schedule's got to
They
line
have
up.
they have the Raiders, but not really, dude. Raiders, yes. Then Commanders is not a
No,
layup.
definitely not.
Bills,
No, of course not.
Broncos at Broncos,
Yeah, no, tough game.
and it's Colts, which is should be a tough
fine-
game.
yeah, it's a tough
Fine, but it's at home. But then and it's Cowboys, Texans, Chargers. At the end, it gets
tough
a little,
schedule.
That's
Tough
tougher schedule. But yeah, Chiefs are back. Like they're a game out of the game and a half, I guess.
It's crazy because everybody was like, I was this close to them being 1-3, and it don't matter.
Yeah.
And how quickly.
But it is tough though, because like the Jaguars, you think they win that game, didn't win that one, but then they beat the Lions, where you're back to being impressed. They're very like you don't know what's going on, but you're still obviously scared of the Chiefs, no matter what. You're scared of the Chiefs right now. Lions also like the Lions didn't look bad. Like
the Lions
I think
are fine.
what the Chiefs did well was they kept St. Brown completely out of the game till the end. The last 2 drives, he got a lot of garbage ones. They kept him, I think, at 50 yards. Like he kept him very out of the game.
Which is hard to do because he's an animal.
Yeah, how did Gibbs do?
Nothing like crazy. They definitely stopped him too.
Jameson Williams.
17 yards, 17 carries, 65 yards, nothing for him.
Jameson Williams' touchdown was crazy.
Yeah, good for Jerry getting 28K.
Smash.
Crazy.
And we've talked about it. Like, you see people with
You're on a show with him. Why aren't you doing these bets with him?
he fucking puts these up Sundays. And it's almost like, I feel like only he can hit them. Like, if I'm jumping in the sidecar, it's going to fucking derail. Like,
He's
he's also got 5 or 6 of them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You have to be willing to like put together like a few of them. You got to hope that you get that week that one of them, like the big one, hits.
We talked about it. Yeah, I mean the lottery card culture or the scratch off type thing with that we've seen. With these touchdowns. I text you guys too. The guy Julian Edlow we shout out all the time. Did you see the fucking what was his fucking name? Judkins? For Denver?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, he was like
what was his name?
Random. I don't know
Adkins?
Adkins.
ADK?
Yes.
60-1. He should have been
first touchdown.
600-1.
Yeah.
Like at some point, like it's great to hit a 61. He should have been 600-1. He had 3 catches the whole season.
100%.
These fucking first touchdowns this year have been insane in these standalones.
I do think the show's gonna go on a little longer today. We'll quickly talk about the games tonight because we're gonna go in depth with them tomorrow.
One just quick note about the Lions. Monday night next week, Bucs at Lions. Monday night.
Lions have had a tough schedule.
good Monday night
too,
game.
man. That's a great Monday.
And the
night
Lions
game.
at the bye. Yeah.
Great Monday.
It's
night
a
game.
It's a double header. It's
Must
7
be.
o'clock.
7 o'clock is the Lions Bucs.
Right?
I forget. I was looking at it yesterday. I forget who the 10 o'clock is.
Kincaid and Komet touchdowns tonight.
Real quick tonight, Bills Falcons. I love the Bills, and I have them a bad number for our thing. It's 4.5, but it's 3.5 now. Bills. I do think that's a very public play. I think you're holding your ass with the Falcons there. What do you guys like?
You're saying that the Bills are a public play.
Yeah.
You know, the Falcons were one of my contest picks. I just think it's a good spot for the Falcons. Like, the Falcons are off a bye. Actually, think their defense is pretty good. Like, I just think this – also, the Bills haven't really been blowing anyone out. I think the Falcons are a solid team. Like, I think they definitely can keep this game close. I think they're live to win it.
The only reason why I like the Bills so much is coming off that loss. Prime time, they need to make a statement tonight. That's the only reason why I like them. But the line is like 3.5, so still a good amount.
4.5 now.
To me, it's
Back to 4.5.
Yeah.
To me, it's the Bills' defense. I'm not like quite sure where they're
Yeah,
at.
they're
I
struggling.
don't know how good they actually are, and that's the game where like I think this being at home for Atlanta like is massive compared to some of the other matchups. Like if this game's in Buffalo, this could be like a 7-point spread.
I think it'd be 6.5.
Like I think this is one of the bigger in terms of like where this game is. Like I think this actually is one of the bigger impacts. Like especially the way Atlanta wants to play. Like they want to spread it out a little bit. Like they want to feed Robinson. I think they're very, very live.
And then Bears Commanders. Bears are plus 5.5. I almost think it might be a little too many points for the Bears. The Commanders. I don't think the Commanders are like. I just don't trust their defense that much. Is Terry out?
Yeah.
Terry's out.
I don't think it matters.
No.
Like I've become such a believer in Daniels. Like even like last week, for example, like they were dogs into the Chargers, and I'm like, if Daniels is healthy, like he just shouldn't be a dog. Or I'm saying like the Commander should. Like I think he's one of those guys. He's that good, and you see like he's such commanded control of the offense. Like when you watch, he's so poised. Like he runs when he needs to, but he never it feels like he never makes the wrong decision.
And the Bears are inept.
He can pick you apart from the pocket. Like he obviously can make great plays with his feet. I just think as long as he's the quarterback, like I feel pretty. I laid the points.
I like that.
With the Eagles losing, Washington has to win this one and take a look at the division. They got to get in
There's a team in last they got to worry about too.
No, I know. I'm just saying, get in control of that division.
I like the under in this game a lot. It's one of my 5 picks.
What's the name? What's the number?
49.5.
It's a lot.
It was a 15-12 game last year. Now, I think the Bears'
was a
offense is
Hail Mary
operating
too,
a little.
right?
Yeah, and it was Bears. I think the Bears' offense is operating a little bit better than it was
Yes.
last year. But
Coming off a bye too.
yeah, I just like the Commanders. Daniels has just become a guy that I just like betting on. Like
I like it, too.
He's like I trust him with my money.
You swayed me. I'm going to go with the Commanders. Let's talk college football real fast. Huge news. Going into the season, you have a team in Penn State that is a contender for, like, they are a top 5 team.
They're in odds
paper.
top 3 favorite, 4 to
100%.
win it all.
And a quarterback that is talked about going to NFL draft, like people love him.
On paper.
Want to say it one more time?
Only when you bring up another point. Yeah.
I mean, you probably, like, I don't think you thought they were going to win it all, but, like, you didn't think they would be in the playoff? With a big, the Big Ten is not like
the dunking on people for their preseason rankings never really makes sense to me. Like
but them is like
coming into the season, yes, they were supposed to be good the same way. Like
but like not good. Like they were supposed to be.
They were supposed to be elite.
I think
agree.
it's more. I think
and that's
their
accurate.
defense- their defense
They were
is supposed to be good,
they were
too.
a turnover away from playing for a national title last year.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
yeah.
accurate. Like they
brought back guys.
should have been rated high. Now, can I enjoy it because I fucking hate them? Hate the
100%.
fan base, hate the coach, hate the culture, hate the guys I used to work with who, when the news broke, ran down to the other guy who went to the state pen and chanted, "They're lifting the bowl ban." And I said, "Don't you have kids? Like, aren't you embarrassed?" And then somebody was like, "You can talk to a manager like that?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah." Anyway,
How long did you last there?
I left on my own accord there.
Yeah, your own accord.
Pushed out of the building.
I was on my 2 feet.
No, but yeah, I mean, it's
It was mutual breakup.
he's also a dick. Like Franklin. There's a ton of videos of Franklin being a dick too. So it's
So
like
I'm not defending them at all.
Yeah.
Like I don't like Penn State as well.
The real thing now, and you saw it get exposed last week, is there's a ripple effect here that is Oregon that good?
No, I don't think Oregon's very good.
Because I think Indiana's good, and I do think going to that Colt.
Indiana is good,
I think Indiana's.
but I don't think but it was also home at Oregon. I don't think Oregon's very good.
It was at State Penn.
See now this is
No,
I feel
this
like
should-
this,
yeah.
this
Indiana,
always happens in
I'm
college
saying.
football.
No, Oregon. Yeah,
It was at Oregon, right?
at Oregon.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Where Indiana's very good.
Yeah.
But I just don't. But Oregon, that's 2 games in a row now where I'm like, because at first you can't take that, right? It's at Penn
Well,
State.
we talk about
But
big
then,
win.
but, like,
Oregon doesn't have a big win right now.
No, they don't.
No. It's I don't love the whole like if this team loses this team like so now like no like then it's like no one's good.
But it's just
because
like,
then if Indiana's win like going and beating Oregon the way they did, that's the best win of the college football season in my opinion. Like
but I think
not even
Indy.
close,
I don't think
probably.
that has anything. I think that's a
I
great
think
win for
Indiana's
Indiana.
really good. Like
100%.
Oregon's very good. Indiana's
still-
just-
you're
I
still-
don't think they're very
I think
good.
Indiana's win is still
better than any win in college football.
Where is
Any win?
your win against Texas?
It's fine. I don't think it's like anything crazy.
That one's.
I actually
lower
think
than-
I would say the
that
second-
one went down huge, and
the
I
second
think it's
best
coming
win,
back up a
the
little.
second
bit.
best win in college football is A&M winning at Notre Dame.
Yeah, I think that. I still think that's one.
That's the second best. Now beating Oregon at Oregon, I
I think that Ohio State win's
Why do you think
getting
that,
better
though?
by the day.
Oregon. I don't
State's
just throw away the like because of what Penn State did the 2 weeks after. I don't just like throw away like the win. It was at Penn State. Like still was like I understand like Northwestern.
But
just-
yeah, it does lessen.
But the circum it changes so much. Like the UCLA game. Like I don't just like completely. I'm not like sitting here like Oregon's bad just because they like won the game.
I think they're bad. I don't think they're very good though. Like I'm just watching these. Like
but then
UCLA, and then
who do you think's very good?
I think the
I think the Big
Because
Ten is very
I
good.
think the only team like Ohio State, Miami, Indiana.
I think the
the
Big
Big
very
Ten-
good. I think Tech. I think Texas Tech's very good. That's.
I think I do too. I think A&M's good.
I think Oregon's. I think A&M's very good.
I think A&M. I'm a believer in A&M.
I actually believe in Notre Dame still. I actually do.
Big Ten's got the 3 best teams in the country, if you ask me, right now.
No.
Ohio State,
No
Indiana,
chance. Miami is definitely.
UCLA, the way they're fucking playing.
Miami is very good.
I said a few weeks ago, people are starting to jump on it now that I said it before this Indiana game on record that I thought Miami was better than Oregon. I'm very impressed with Miami. As an Ohio State
Miami's
guy,
incredible.
like Miami's the team that I'm the most concerned with.
How fun
on
would
the
that?
college
How
football
fun would that playoff game be? Miami against Oregon with Cristobal.
Be awesome. But don't you think that this also, if you want to talk about like, I think Notre Dame, it shows like A&M's really good and Miami's really good. Those are two losses that Notre Dame almost beat Miami.
Miami,
and A&M.
now I thought they were dead. The way those two wins are aging,
They're right back
Notre
in.
Dame there is 0% chance that if they went out, they don't get in the playoff.
1,000%.
If they went out,
But to that point,
Bosco, there is no way.
No, you're right. You're right.
Because they're going to look at the scores too, and even though the Miami game wasn't nearly as close, they're going to have like lost 2 games by a combined 4 points to what could very easily end up being the number like 2 and like 4 or 5 team in the country.
Yeah.
And one was both were on the road. Or no, excuse me, one on the
was
road
neutral,
at Miami. No, one was at home. The A&M was at home.
that was that?
Miami was on the road. So one of them being on the road, there is no world.
here's the
where
question.
They go run the table and
Ev,
don't get in.
You're right to ask that. And if they lose to Miami and Texas A&M by a combined 4 points, that holds weight because you lost to 2 elite teams. And again, in years in college football where people wouldn't go play elite teams, you got to go play elite teams to beat them. And then also that means you could lose to them. Notre Dame should be rewarded for that. But the question I will ask off of that, if Notre Dame runs at 10-2,
I never know what you're going to say.
not who you lost to,
Doesn't matter though.
bro, you will be talking about wins against Purdue, Arkansas, Boise, pretty good. NC State, USC, still to be determined.
USC
That's going to be the one, but that's
USC
only
is
one.
going to age good.
BC, Navy, Pitt, Syracuse, Stanford. I mean, that's.
Guess what?
It won't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it won't matter.
You're Notre Dame and also
And I am not gonna like scream and yell because
fair, it's fair.
I've learned to adjust that that's the way it goes. But
agree
it's
with
fair
you.
to me to ask that, Ev.
No, it is. It is.
No, that's what. No, Bosco. When I had the take, I was saying it before the season that I was like, if they don't win that Miami game, that their whole season's going to be lying against A&M. But now the way things have turned with how good they both are, I think that's what's going to save them. Because that's what I was yelling from the mountaintops a month ago. That I was like, they're not going to have beaten anyone any good.
And there's
But
only
it's not going to matter.
And if you talk
I think
elite,
USC is still
gotta
better
re-
than
you gotta-
people
you gotta-
think.
you gotta
I really
remember-
do. I
you
think
gotta-
USC is pretty good.
No, they are. No, that's what I'm saying. Like them beating the shit out of Michigan this week. That's like all Notre. I don't even think they needed that, but Notre Dame. That's like all they.
if you
needed
talk about
to
elite
make it-
teams too,
USC does stupid shit. Well, they'll lose to teams they're not supposed to and be.
No, for sure. But I'm saying
They already lost to Illinois. Like
Illinois is a solid team, and it was on the road. But I'm saying like the USC win, like when they beat USC, if they beat USC, like I think that'll be enough
all right.
because they'll
Is
be top
USC
25.
Do you think
probably.
USC is getting enough playoff love right now?
No. They're firmly in the mix. They just if the problem is like the only way they can make it, they can only lose one more game, and Notre Dame could be that game.
But dude, there's also the not elite teams right now. There's Ohio State that I think is actually like by itself 1A, and then I do think that it's Miami and Texas A&M. Right? Those are the 3.
I'm just saying.
I would say Indiana. To be
Okay,
honest.
but in the end, like that's
Indiana,
where like these
and
rest
then
of
like
the
Tech,
teams,
A&M, and like Bama are still like, in my opinion, are lurking.
Bama,
think-
Simpson's the Heisman.
If you think USC can win against Notre Dame, like, and it is at Notre Dame, it's at night.
That's why I don't think they'll
Just watch like the rest of the way. It's at Nebraska, Northwestern, Iowa, and then they get another title shot at Oregon and then UCLA. Like, there's 2 landmines on this schedule, and it seems like nobody's talking about them. Do I
that's
think
what
they can win a national title? No. Do I think they can make a playoff? Yes. Do I think there's no elite teams in a playoff and some crazy shit could happen? Yes. I think USC is like under like.
I think
they
Ev's
have-
right
they
where I
have
think
to
it's
watch out a
I
little
think it's
bit.
Notre Dame.
They
is the
have to
problem.
beat one of Notre Dame and Oregon and not lay an egg. Another one like
Agreed. I don't think those
USC
teams they can lay. But
USC
USC
cannot
lays
get in with
eggs.
3 losses. They
USC
have
lays
to.
eggs. That's the problem. They'll lose to one of these idiots.
But they have to get a huge win because
Texas-
beating Notre Dame or Oregon would be a massive.
Texas Tech down to fucking 18-1. By the way.
I think Tech's legit good. I think they're
I
legit.
got 'em- I have Texas Tech 60-1.
I think they're legitimately good.
They're number not 6 in the country now. 7.
Yes, by when the poll comes out, it hasn't come out
And
yet.
they
They'll be,
really
6,
don't
7,
have.
8.
And their quarterback got hurt again. He's got to stop.
Well, the backup. I think a lot of people think the backup's
I think
better.
the third guy's better.
I think Hammond is the best quarterback they have on the
The
team.
one that played at the end.
Both. He played at the end of the Utah game. He played this game too.
He was running a ton. He's a good runner.
Hammond's good. I think they're better with him. But to me, it's Texas Tech. Actually, their defense did let up some big plays, but Jalen Daniels is a good quarterback.
They didn't let up a point in the second half.
I think I'm a believer in Tech. I said a couple weeks ago too. I think Tech's legit good.
Also, the Big 12
I think they're a top
down.
like 8, definitely top like 8, 9, 10 team in the
The Big 12 is definitely down.
They don't have
Obviously,
who's their hardest game next? Arizona State.
well, it depends who they play, but I'm just listing off teams I think are good.
They got the toughest. Like beating Utah on the road was the toughest game. Like
they play.
They did that already. They pulled it off.
Am I crazy? BYU? Do they play BYU?
No,
I don't think they do.
they go.
Which, if that was at BYU,
They
it'd be a
go.
tough game.
The run is coming. They go at Arizona State, but now Levitt's out, right?
Yeah, if Levitt doesn't play, that's
Levitt doesn't play. That
That this
changes
week?
things.
I think so. I think
Yeah, 18th, Saturday at 4:00. Oklahoma State, bad.
yeah, cakewalk.
Kansas State, who's getting better. I still think they're not phenomenal, but
Where's the
going
game?
at Kansas State, Halloween
They
weekend.
should win, but like not like a.
Do not just throw your sneakers. That could be the one that derails you. BYU, UCF, and
They do play BYU.
and at West Virginia.
home?
Where's the BYU game?
It's home.
Okay, that
They
helps.
lose one game, I still think they get in.
Yeah, you're gonna know by Veterans Day. You got a 3.
Well, they just got
got
it.
that
Well,
wrong.
their thing is like if they just win the Big 12, they're in.
True.
So they don't. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But that's why they're the one conference I think sneaky that they could get to. Because I think there's a world where Utah runs the table as well, and they rematch Utah in the Big 12 championship game, and then I think there's a path potentially the win. No matter what happens, they both would get in. I think if Tech lost to Utah and then the East were 1-1, I think they both would definitely get in because I think Tech would be like almost undeniable if their only loss was in a conference title game to a team they beat. And then if Utah lost, I think they'd still be in like a weird like maybe spot. But Tech would be automatic.
I think I got one team whose bubble's gonna burst pretty quick.
Hold on for a second for the right after because I want to talk about that. Game time. Baseball season is back, which means the excitement of being in the stands before tip-off is back too. The Game Time app gives the advantage back to fans. It's the hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experiences in a few taps. It's incredibly easy to use, and the Game Time guarantee means you can trust you'll get 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best price. Blue Jays fans, get those tickets now because that's probably going to end soon.
I don't know about that.
Really?
I don't know.
And plus fees are always included, so what you see is what you pay. Make sure you go to Game Time, download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code PICKS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply again. Create an account and redeem code PICKS for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today. Bosco, what were you saying?
I think Ole Miss's party ends this week.
I mean, it was
Potentially.
bad this week.
Yeah,
I
don't
think
think
off of that, I think they lose at Georgia. Then you still got a pretty capable Oklahoma team.
Do you?
I think Oklahoma's
Do you think Georgia's that
fraud.
good?
What?
No,
I don't think Georgia's that good.
they're not.
Like
They're not-
when I was
they're not
watching that game, I was like, "This is not an impressive Georgia team." It was ugly.
That
think they're
goal
okay.
line
They could
play
still
at
beat
the-
Ole Miss, by the way. I'm just
Think
saying.
they're gonna? You like Georgia? Or you like Ole Miss?
No, I'll probably like Georgia in this. I think Georgia's better than Ole Miss. Ole Miss is I don't think either are that good. I don't think Georgia's that good.
I do think Dave's right, and the SEC is not like. I think Alabama's very good. I actually do. I think Ty Simpson's. That's a quarterback you should keep your eye on. Is
right.
he draft eligible?
Definitely, yeah. He's a guy.
Keep your eye on.
He's been at Bama.
It's a bad
forever.
name. Ty Simpson's not the.
But that's SEC quarterback's name though.
I know,
Just
but
not Bama. That'd be like an Ole Miss name.
as of right now, he's looking at the Heisman. I think he's the favorite. Correct?
Yeah, he's up there. He's top like 2 or 3.
He'd
Probably
be
is
the
favorite.
second Simpson win the Heisman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's correct. It's correct.
Maybe though.
Orenthal.
If you
Right now, the only two teams that I really like have faith can make like a real run at anything is Bama and A&M.
in the SEC.
Yeah, in the
Yeah,
SEC. I
You're
think
not putting Georgia in that
no,
conversation.
no, I'm not.
I'm not
They've
either.
done nothing to deserve it. Like, what have they done to
Fair.
deserve it?
I still
Who's
think
their
they're-
loss to? Bama, right?
Yeah, and they should have lost to fucking Tennessee. They should honestly. They should have like this. That end. I've never seen a team get so thoroughly dominated in a half and only come out of it down 7. It should have been 17-0.
Yeah.
Like Auburn pissed that game.
I was
And then
watching the stream. You guys were losing your mind, and I was watching the game.
Also,
Auburn's
did
not
you
great
see
either.
Hugh Freeze's halftime, like his interview after that moment? And like
did.
then Georgia, thank God they stopped him. It would have been 10-7. He like you just saw he mentally that fucked his whole life up.
Yeah.
Like that sequence of it them dominating so much. It should have been 17-0. They go in a half 10-3, and it just was like also Auburn's it is shameful watching Auburn play football on
It's
offense.
sad.
Their defense is so good and their offense is so bad. Jackson Arnold is so bad.
Is
They have 2 great like NFL type receivers too.
Does
They
Ohio
can't throw.
State play Indiana?
No. I'm telling you,
So you have like no hard games left.
no, because it's supposed to be Penn State.
You literally have Texas. Like also, unfortunately, not against you.
I think Texas is still good, but I think it's
Texas,
gonna start aging.
By the way,
better, but-
easiest. I put $500 on Texas this week.
Yeah,
it was
easy.
the easiest win.
I was on Texas, too.
I was like, Oklahoma's a fraud. But
I've been me and Blotman have been yelling Oklahoma's a fraud since after the Michigan game. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, Mateer, Heisman, NFL." I was like, "Stop it!
No.
He's a good player. Like it's not disrespect." Oklahoma very well might lose 5 games. If you look at, I'm telling you, look.
I'm not laughing at you. It's more like that's funny.
I said, I'll watch. I'm gonna pull up their schedule. I'm telling you, it's a fucking gauntlet. They could lose all these games. Oh my. All right, so here we got. This one is one they could. It's on the road at South Carolina. They honestly, if they don't win that, they're losers. Ole Miss at home. Like at Oklahoma, tough ass game.
Hold on, what's that spread? Oklahoma, South Carolina, and South Carolina.
It's like 3 or something. It's crazy.
Still kind of like I like South Carolina outright in that one actually.
But it's
South Carolina was damn there with fucking LSU. They should have covered that.
South Carolina sucks.
What does that say about LSU?
LSU sucks.
Hey, I should have covered the spread. That's all.
I was on South Carolina. Then they have Ole Miss at home at Tennessee. That's a loser. At Bama, that's a loser.
Good too.
Mizzou, that's a coin flip at best. I think Mizzou's better. And then LSU, that's another coin flip. Even though I don't think Ole Miss is good, or excuse me, I don't think LSU is good. Like they could, I think at best they get through that like 3-2 at absolute best.
That's accurate.
That's a
best case scenario.
Interesting about Ohio State because I think Ohio State is the best team. I really do, just because their defense is outrageous,
suffocating.
It's just
Quarterback's very good.
But it's just like they are going to get that talk of like they haven't played anybody. Like I know Texas game 1 as well,
which is
and then
crazy that
Penn
Ohio State's coming out of the Big Ten, which is loaded,
and it's not that loaded anymore. That's the thing.
That's the problem.
But
with
I think
conferences, you only get 9 games.
Right now, it has two really good teams. The rest
Oregon's
are not,
still a very good team. I think this like poo-pooing of Oregon is starting.
I don't think it's just very good. That's
they don't play Oregon.
No, but I'm saying I'm talking about Big Ten teams.
I think Big Ten teams. I don't think it's.
I don't give a fuck about our schedule. Like we're gonna be.
This is not against Ohio State. I just think that the Big Ten isn't as good as everyone's saying. I think Indiana's really good. Oregon is right now a tier of like I have to watch maybe another game.
You got to figure it out. Yeah,
Indiana's
very good. I still think USC is good. I think Michigan's capable.
Michigan is not like listen.
Illinois, I know they got absolutely
Ohio State, Michigan. Like I'm not like that again. Right for this moment, I can't like. I think Ohio State's a better team, but like at Michigan, you never know. They need to let Bryce Underwood throw the fucking ball.
It's frustrating.
It's the most frustrating thing because I bet Michigan plus 3.5. When they were down, they had to throw the ball. Look what happens. Let him throw. Let him play quarterback. Let him take the reins. Stop babying him. I'm sick of this shit.
I think he's not ready for that yet.
Let him go though. You have to at least let him go. Who cares?
The play calling, like to criticize it is fair because I think they try to run this like vanilla offense that you need to just like bully everyone, and they just don't have.
They don't have that.
Don't have the guys.
Last year they had that.
But it's on both sides.
Not even
of
last
the
year,
ball.
2 years ago. I'm sorry.
It's both sides of the ball. They don't have it. Like they're just not. They're not talented enough to like run the offense they run. Like because it's so vanilla. It's so uncreative. Like they think they're just gonna like line up and just like punch you in the mouth. Like
trying to play bully ball, but
they're not bullies. Yeah, like they're not. They're not built like that.
You got this quarterback who's a top recruit.
But he's young though. He's a true freshman.
100%. But like at this point, you gotta let him try.
But what's the? I mean, isn't Dave asking for this too? Like, what's the? Why not? I guess. What's the downside?
Like, you have him for the next 3 years.
They're not built like they're not smart enough. Like their coaching is not smart. But I don't even think that like gets them over. Like I think if you just let Underwood just sling it all over the yard. Like I don't know how much. I think they might score a little more points.
No, it's more. No, Evan. I'm not saying
like, I don't know how much better they are.
That's not. I don't really care about Michigan
he
itself.
still misses throws. Like he still has problems with like the short throws. He lasers them in because he's got a fucking rocket for an arm. But yeah, he just still hasn't fully figured out like quarterback play yet.
Let him take control of the offense. Is what I'm saying. They're not letting him do that. It's really just like quick, handoff, quick. It's just like. Let him try and like get in the rhythm. Like this is your guy. Let him learn it right now. You're not going to win the championship this year. Let him learn it. Let him get better. Where it's like right now, I think they're holding him back a little bit.
They probably. To me, it's more. The one point I agree with Dave was they do so much like run up the middle on first down, run up the middle on second down, throw on third.
And he has no chance.
And they were getting put in a lot of spots, especially in the USC game where they were just in like 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8 all day.
Yeah.
And like they just weren't. They're just not built to win like that. He's not quite ready to just pick apart a defense like that. But he's incredibly talented. Like I would not be surprised at all if in 3 years, 4 years, he's the number 1 pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Because he's so physically gifted. They're going to fawn over. He's 6'4", athletic. He's physical, strong, absolute nuke rifle of an arm. Like he checks every box in that way.
Yeah.
So like he's definitely a guy. But yeah, I don't know if he's ready to just like sling it all over the yard. But they probably should let him throw a little bit more.
College is very interesting this year because you start doing like I thought about it, like making a pyramid. Like Ohio State right now is at the top of the pyramid. It was early. It was game 1, but they beat a Texas team that I think is like okay. You know what I mean? Like, and there's a lot of mix-ups. Like how
them still, it's
what?
like aren't you like just want to shake him? You're like,
Yeah.
he
played
well.
I thought he actually played solid.
I think he could still play better.
I think he can
You
get.
know, and
I
the one
think
thing-
that's why Texas. Like, to be honest with you, if you're telling me like dark horse or like
It's not a bad bet right
buy
now.
a stock, like I don't hate Texas.
It was only one conference loss.
Yeah, I don't
It's not a
hate.
bad like.
I don't hate Texas.
Who's
So
there? Do they have any like?
like that pyramid,
They
like
play A&M last week of the year, like that. They always that'll. be
where are you putting these SEC teams? Like Oklahoma's, it's technically still like top 15, but that pyramid's gonna like. There's a lot of
Oklahoma has very good defense.
how
That's why I
good
give
is
Arch some
how
credit.
good is Texas Tech? We don't know. Like how is if Utah gets
That's
fully
not
healthy?
fair yet. That was a good win at Utah.
It's definitely a good win. The kid
Texas
got
Tech,
hurt.
the way you're phrasing Texas Tech, like you're not going to find out for like 2 months.
But, and that's fine.
Texas Tech is not going to lose regular season.
Okay. And they get into the playoff, and then anything can happen. That's my point. Like
That would be a top 4 seed, right?
with this.
If they ran the table, I think that'd have to be.
With the true
you're not just guaranteed it, but you're not just guaranteed it the way you were last year. But if they were undefeated, won the Big 12,
I don't see how.
I think it'd pretty hard for them. They'd probably be in the top 5.
that's a
five,
bye,
top six.
correct.
Yeah, I think 5 or 6.
They definitely be a top
win
5,
2
top
games?
6.
What?
2 games to get to the championship if you have a bye.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess.
It is a hedge situation.
Yeah, big time. But like, there's a lot of we don't know enough about Oregon. Indiana, you could put at the top, but like, are they
Definitely.
a true superpower?
They're definitely up there.
Are they a superpower to be determined?
I think eyeballs. Like you
USC,
watch that game.
Miami. You also got a lot of teams who haven't been in. USC hasn't been in a college football playoff. Correct me.
No.
Hasn't been in a playoff. Miami hasn't been in a playoff. Georgia, Alabama. You still got a lot. Like the playoff this year is fascinating.
It's interesting. It's
Awesome.
way more interesting than last year.
And the viewing schedule, I know I said the viewing schedule, the way they've laid it out is phenomenal. To roll it into like
I
other
don't think
football,
there's
like,
many. Like I thought, like Arizona State. I know they beat Texas last year, but like I think
Texas.
oh,
beat
Texas,
Sorry,
beat them,
Texas
they
beat
could have
them.
beat.
They should have. They honestly
like
should have.
there was like there's a lot of
It
teams
was a
that you
controversial
were.
call, right? What was it? Pass interference?
There was a bunch. I mean, it was
bunch,
just such
yeah.
a.
But I'm just saying, there's a bunch last year. You were like, it's not. You really kind of knew it was going to be at the top. Like I do still think that there's a lot of teams that you're like they could beat the Ohio State or something. Like they'd be in the game or whatever.
Well, last year, what was really fucked was
Boise State.
No,
I think that was fucked.
Oregon.
SMU.
Oregon being the
was
one,
it- was
Oregon
that-
being the one and having to play Ohio State in the quarters is a joke.
Yeah,
But that's
yeah,
the playoff.
But that's just
Also, it was on us just losing.
That's Ohio
if we
State.
didn't
That's
lose,
their fault.
If we didn't lose, we would have
That's-
been like
no,
4.
well,
Or we would have been 5, I guess, 5 or 6.
No, well,
yeah. They were at
but
8.
it wasn't truly seeded.
I
last
guess we
year.
could have been like.
Ev, it wasn't
we would have
truly
been
seeded.
championship.
It wasn't truly seeded last year. Is my point.
It kind of
No,
was.
but it's
No, it
still.
wasn't. That's a nuts.
They lost.
inaccurate.
They lost to a fucking team that had 4 wins, so they would definitely go down more.
No, it wasn't technically because
It was not.
Because
I know it was, 'cause
Arizona State was 4, and like there's nowhere.
And Boise was 5.
100%, but
No chance
Ohio
it was accurately
State. But Ohio State was kind of where they should be at that point.
I think they'd be higher than 8.
That Michigan loss was really bad. Like, they wouldn't have been in the playoff if it was real 4 teams last year.
Oh,
No,
definitely.
but it was Bosco. It changed everything because then we didn't get to play in the Big Ten championship, so it
They had
changed everything for
Still
us.
think you would've been 8?
dude.
No, we wouldn't have been. I'm saying we would have been the Big Ten championship. And then if we had won that game, we might have just been like 1.
Yeah, that's.
We would have avenged
Right.
the Oregon loss.
My
in the
point
Big
is,
Ten
But again, it doesn't matter. Let's
even
move on.
with you
Let's move
losing
on.
to
Yeah.
Michigan, even with you losing to Michigan, I don't know if you were the 8th best team in the rankings.
Well, clearly we were the
That's
best.
accurate.
Team.
Yeah, exactly. So
But
and Oregon wouldn't have had to play
Doesn't
them.
matter.
Well, they would have had to play us at some point.
Fair.
But I just think that this year it's got a lot of potential to be really, really good. Before we end the show, the Blue Jays did blow that yesterday. Not blow. I think they had an opportunity. They had a real opportunity to win that game where they were in control and they lost it.
Yeah, I mean, Bryce Miller, he got a 5.7 ERA, and the Mariners were desperate, needed anyone to start that game, and he came out and shoved.
I got to be honest. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I completely checked out when the Yankees lost because I'm very I'm having a tough time watching because I'm upset. I watched it last night, but I was upset.
Unbelievable game on Friday,
Is
by the
Wu
way.
in it?
So Wu is on the roster.
He's on the roster.
Probably won't pitch until Game 4.
Got it. And
The
yeah,
game,
Friday
the game
was
on Friday was incredible. It's one of the best baseball games
Shows-
you'll see.
Shows why you should never have a ghost runner, even in the regular season.
Oh, Marty, you're 1,000%
I
right.
hate the ghost runner.
You mentioned how the Mariners this could be over quick. My only pushback to that is the Mariners starting Logan Gilbert tonight, which is bizarre because he pitched 2 innings in that game on Friday. So I'm a little like, and then the Blue Jays do have Savage, and if he pitches like he did against the Yankees, that's unhittable. So I'm actually on the Blue Jays tonight. It's minus 132. It's in Toronto still. And look, if Toronto loses this game and they go to Seattle down 0-2.
But that's the problem, like what I meant by it's kind of over. It's not over, obviously. But my thing was they played for 8 hours on Friday.
Yeah.
Then had to travel to Toronto and pitching a guy who's got a 5 ERA against your ace. That is all Blue Jays right
All
there.
Blue Jays.
And then they just stole that. And this is the game that, like your Savage was great against the Yankees. The odds that he's going to have a game like that against also like a Mariners lineup that's pretty good. Like
the only pushback is it wasn't even against the Yankees. Yusevich's stuff had so much. It was so electric. Now you're right though. Is it going to be that electric? Can he harness it? Can he have that command today? This would be his fifth major league start.
Yeah, like you don't know how it's good. Like because Schlittler was unbelievable. Then he was still good against.
He was really good. He was really good.
He was really good.
Oh.
Schlittler.
In the second,
I know. In the second game too, he's really good. But I'm saying is Savage, like again, we don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's just not like you had your number one against there, whoever. Like, like that's where I was like, that's a brutal blow, especially when you had all the rest. Their bullpen was fucking taxed. Like that's just where I was. But
that's very fair, Marty. You're absolutely right. I'm on the Blue Jays tonight because I said minus 132. But like, my issue is Gilbert rushing him back. I'm surprised they're not pitching Castillo.
Yeah.
But look, the Mariners are desperate right now, but they played in desperate, and it paid off yesterday. So, and the other game is Blake Snell against the Brewers today. So you get 2 baseball games today. Snell is better at home, but I'm on the Dodgers run line. I just think the Dodgers are
I just don't see how the Dodgers don't win the World Series.
I don't either, man.
They're just gonna win it again.
Brewers have been good. I don't know. I'm not saying they definitely won't, but the Brewers.
100%. The Brewers are definitely have a chance.
They keep being that team you're not worried about, and they just win the most games.
Keep finding ways to win, man.
They beat the Cubs. Like they just like.
Yeah, but just like the Dodgers, you're like, I kind of was like, oh, they're kind of like limping into the playoffs, and then they just like had no problem with the. The Reds didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah, the Reds, whatever.
That was whatever. But the Phillies, they had no problem with them.
Mariners Brewers would be a fun World Series.
You just get
First time winner.
The Dodgers, if you can just get them like. Or it's a tie game or down 1 to the 6th, 7th inning. Like, their bullpen's awful.
Problem is, the Phillies kind of had that, too, and they still were winning.
But I'm saying if the Brewers can
get
those big
Problem
hits,
with the Brewers, though.
The Brewers are home, correct?
Brewers are home, but they're also kind of tired. They haven't announced a starter yet.
That's a problem, too.
Game.
They don't even know their
I've been waiting on the...
Saying undecided in game 1 is never fun.
They already have their number 2 starter. They have Peralta going game 2, but I don't know who they pitched today.
But again, I would say, like, we just said that about yesterday.
I know
how that went. So I mean, it's like
you're right.
Not wrong.
This Brewers just give me a little. They give me some Destiny vibes a little bit.
I just think that Dodgers team is so good.
You're probably right. I'm just saying, like, I think we're all just completely counting the Brewers out.
I'm not,
and I'm not ready. I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing to just.
But the Dodgers are just so goddamn good.
What would this be for the Dodgers? Hold on.
3 and since 2020.
3 and 5 years, 4 years, 3 and 5,
3 and 6 years. Sorry.
6 years. Sorry, 6 years.
Yeah.
So bad. They won last year.
They won COVID.
2020.
Who won in 2023?
The Rangers.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why it makes sense.
No one. Yeah, that
won in 2022.
I'm terrible with this.
Me too.
I can tell you who won the '84 World Series, but I can't tell you who won 3 years ago.
That's crazy.
I know. That's how my brain works.
So before the Rangers,
it was the Astros. Remember Tico, Texas?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I had the Astros to win that one. Okay, that seems a long time ago.
I'm forgetting when you had a future on. It's crazy.
Or Smitty.
It's a long time.
Smitty falling down as Tico celebrates.
Yeah.
Maybe the funniest clip I've ever seen.
Listen, best time of sports is right now. It's just like NBA's like coming back soon. NHL has started.
I think we're in that.
NHL has started. NFL is like real. This is also like when the NFL starts getting real. It's like it's about to be week 7. Like games are starting to really they all matter, but like this is like you start to form of who's really good, who's not. College football is in the thick of it. Amazing. Yep. Like and MLB like the 2 really good series right now. It's just this is the best time in sports.
I wrote a blog on Friday. I said we're heading into one of the best sports weekends of the year, and I think it held up. I think last weekend was one of the best sports weekends of the year. Well, it's not as sexy as March Madness. I get not as sexy as Masters.
No, you're
weekend.
right.
But for what it was, like I had sports on wall to wall all weekend, and I was entertained the entire.
And I always say this because everyone says that March Madness, like me and Rico, that is our favorite time. I think that's the best because that's my favorite thing to watch. But this is March Madness of sports. It's just sports nonstop.
And awesome.
Why we like March Madness because it is how you can lose and it's crazy chaos, but it is wall to wall every day. That's why you love it. Right now, it's wall to wall. Like, we have a playoff game starting at what time today?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
And you got another one.
And then you have
2 Monday night games.
2 Monday night games.
And you have hockey, I'm sure.
And you have hockey, baseball, football, and you have literally like college football also. Games tomorrow.
We're in the midst of the run of a
40, 50,
47.
47.
That's why I was on the phone. 47.
Yeah.
It runs the day without football is Thanksgiving Eve, Wednesday, which you like, no, that's when you call basketball.
Yeah.
Why are the fucking,
And
I guess one subs
college
out.
basketball is creeping up.
Yeah, as
College
one
basketball
subs out.
Is college basketball first week in November?
Yeah, November 3rd.
Yeah. Duke's playing Kansas here in soon in November. I'm very excited.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I'd like to. I mean, I want to go there. Are you going to that game?
of course.
I'll go with you.
All right, let's do it. Let's do some picks. Great show today. I like that we talked about college football because
Kincaid and Komet, 2 tight ends, score touchdowns.
Clemmer.
Under 49.5 Bears Commanders. It's one of my 5 plays of the week. I'm on the Bills -4.5. I know it's like the public play. I know it's the obvious play, but I just don't trust Penix yet, and I don't know, Josh Allen. Blue Jays money line -132, and I'm on the Dodgers run line +109.
I'm going with the Mariners today +105. Dodgers -1.5. I'm going with the Bills as well. I am. I just think that this is, especially coming off the loss.
Yeah.
I think coming off that loss, and they really need this one, but the Falcons are also coming off a bye. It's going to be an interesting game. I just don't trust the Falcons. I'm staying with Clemmer. And then I'm staying. I was on the Bears. Ev kind of took me off it, so I'm going to stay away from the second game. But make sure, again, by the way, everybody, follow us in the DraftKings social. Like, I put up parlays randomly right before the game, and I don't tweet them out because it'd be exhausting to tweet out all the time. Like, I put like 6 parlays in last night. Like, I don't know where you could follow these and people ride them. Like, like on Saturday, I live bet Notre Dame -8.5 and Texas when they were down. It was like +300. It's like you could like watch. Sometimes just be on it. You could Ev's sharp on that. Rico's got some sharp plays.
For those promos, I jumped on a promo drive and the Dodgers, Cowboys get touchdown and pay
Yours
off.
too as well.
all these boosts
I had
and stuff.
Laporta and Tesla touchdowns going in.
Yeah,
I just love Tesla.
So
Laporta was a big.
follow us on.
Jameson, yeah.
Follow us all on. Like, you don't have to follow us. Just follow the DraftKings. I think there's like 700 or like 800,000 people in that group. It's awesome.
Crazy, yeah.
Ev.
I'm on the Falcons +4.5. I really do love the Falcons tonight. I'm on the Commanders too, but also I put this in the group this morning. Teaser, and actually I did it in a way where since the Commanders are -5.5, you don't need the full tease. You just need like the money line. So I did Falcons +10.5, Commanders money line. It was -110. So I did the tease as well because I really do like the Falcons tonight. But I'll double up on it, getting like 10.5 instead of 4.5. So I'm on the Falcons +4.5. I'm on that teaser of Falcons 10.5, Commanders money line, and then I'm also on Commanders laying the 5. I just think they're better, and also I like the like I said, I trust Daniels. I trust Daniels with my money, and I like the Mariners tonight. I still trust Gilbert off the short rest. I think I can at least get him a few good innings here. I don't know. I just like the Mariners.
You look great on Friday.
I don't know. Give me Mariners vibes where I think the Toronto Blue Jays gave me like that performance gave me a little bit of like, ooh, did you just treat the Yankees like it was the World Series? Because that's what it felt like a little bit. And I'm not even doing that as like dickhead Yankees fan. Like genuinely, it's like gambler giving me a little bit of like that, and just losing that game when it was a throwaway starter versus like your ace, and you lose it. That's
at home.
We saw with the Yankees. Like that was like very like it's hard to come back. Like it's freed. Where again, I guess they did have Savage for free, so it wasn't quite.
No, but it was.
But still, that's their second guy. Their rookie against our ace.
Against a rookie making like his 5th start. Like that's a game you have to have. You can't lose it. And then it feels like they just kind of lost that game at home as well. Like even worse.
If I have Blue Jays fans still coming back to me saying we only had 2 hits at home, you think we're still cheating? You think they're still talking about like us? It's like, all right, I get it.
Still, you disrespected them.
Also, did you see the Blue Jays fucking dunk on me? That was not nice.
No, the actual
account dunked on me. Just absolutely dunked on me. My mentions were so crazy that I didn't even see the Blue Jays tweet at me because it was so bad. But I hope you lose now. I'm a Mariners fan right now. You have Laporta and not Laporta. Who was the
Kincaid and
Komet?
Kincaid and Komet.
I feel like Komet's been like. Has he played?
They got like two.
got the
They
other
used
kid.
both of them.
Loveland.
now.
I'm not even saying.
I'm not even saying this to be a dick.
I haven't even
don't hate
thought about
Pitts.
that.
You gonna throw another K name in there and have some fun with the acronym?
Nah, leave that to the cookie.
Kyle Pitts.
There you go. There you go. You could.
Leave that to the
Kyle Kincaid.
leave that to the cookie crew.
No, that's where Bosco shines to us.
So got his
I'm not back until Friday. Please hold Meek's feet to the fire.
That's embarrassing.
Tomorrow.
Really quick,
I
like
mean,
as you're here, it's embarrassing.
Like that, he disrespected you guys.
No, it's embarrassing. We're like, okay,
You have a reason to be excited right now.
Ev is like so against Dave and everything because it's just the way his teams align, regardless. But and Rico, you've known to blow Dave sometimes, and so have I. But against your teams, like for Meek to say that like he'd rather Drake Maye than Jackson Dart, where Jackson Dart has shown already more promise in his first 2 starts than Drake Maye did when he did, is the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen.
I don't have
I'd rather have Maye than.
I know. I don't have a
Right now,
I have no
course.
issue.
Early on,
But like it's your team.
it's also like, why is
We just won't beat the Eagles.
why can't both be good?
No, that's
Exactly.
I have no issue saying May because I think any sane person the second would say you'd easily rather have May over Dart.
Obviously.
My point is more him just fully just because like Dave basically was like, oh, I don't know. He instantly was like, oh, I don't know. It was only 3 starts. Like, have some balls, Meek.
But it's not
Don't be
like
you're
we
such
just
a
beat.
pussy.
It's not like we just beat we beat the fucking Super Bowl
No,
champs.
he's not a Giants fan.
not.
He doesn't actually care about the Giants.
Jackson
He hates
Dart-
the Giants.
He does
No
not
one
care
shits
about
the
it.
Giants more in this
Nobody.
company than Meek.
And also, like,
Nobody.
this is the first time in our first time in maybe 8 years that we shouldn't shit on them. It's exciting right now.
And this is not even like staking a claim that like Dart's gonna be fucking Patrick Mahomes. It's more
might.
just have a little like have your guys back a little bit.
He might.
The guy plays 2 of the best games we've had at quarterback since like Eli Manning. Like have a little respect for what he's doing.
Be a fan.
You just beat the Chargers and the Eagles in 2 out of your first 3 starts.
2 teams were
Have a little
He's
backbone.
like fun to watch. He's exciting. There's
Have a little backbone.
Let me ask you a question. He was throwing a little Jordan Humphrey.
Exactly. Yeah, he's throwing to literally nobody.
Drake, let's be honest. Drake Maye, he's got Diggs. He's got an offensive line that's very fucking good. Let's relax, Meek. It pissed me off so much that he can't be a fan of anybody. Dave also, by the way, respects when people are fans of their teams. He's got to stop with that
Because
shit.
he's a real Mets fan. He's not a real Giants fan.
He also fucking hates the Mets too. But yeah, he's not a real Giants
He's a real
fan.
Mets fan. He's not a real Giants
He's not a real
I
Giants
hope you
fan.
guys really, really take him to task tomorrow. I said I'm not going to be back until.
And I want to be like
I
really
called it
hope
out on
you
this.
guys
I called it on the
really give
stream.
him shit.
On the stream, he would randomly read a bad comment. Then he started to read one. His dumbass couldn't read the end quick enough and realized that it was a bad Michigan one. And he literally he halted in his tracks. I was like, "You fucking loser! What a pussy!"
Sad.
And then I'm telling you, watch the college football segment on Wub. Literally. Anytime he gets like if he disagrees with Brandon, he just piles on. Like he like goes out of his way to trash Brandon just to like be. It's so sad. It's
But
so,
that-
it's
He's a
so
bull. He's a bull.
That's fine to me.
it's
To
so-
like
no, but it's-
that to me though is like that's fine. That's the
it's
kind of the show.
But it's so pathetic. Like it's anything Dave says. He's like,
You have-
"Good point, Dave." Like
your
"You're
own
right,
team.
Dave. Brandon, remember this dumb thing you said and this smart thing Dave said? Like it's bad.
Your
Like, come
own
on, man.
team, though?
He's a Dave sexual. He truly is a Dave sexual. Whatever Dave says, he just bends over, pack it up there, big guy.
like you're.
That's Meek. That's Meek. He
It's
takes it in the
sad.
ass. It's
But,
really
like,
it's pathetic.
But it's like
fucking pathetic.
again, if you want to shit on Brandon, like and Brandon usually knows when he's wrong because I think he was wrong with Indiana, right?
He said it was bad on our show.
wrong.
He said Kurt Cinetti was the biggest coward in college
Bad-
football.
bad take.
Then he waltzed into Autzen Stadium and shit pumped Oregon.
State Penn.
Bad
and,
take.
State Penn in Texas. He had top 1-2, obviously.
But that's not fair.
That's
Everyone-
just
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
Like that's
Like the
like,
NBA
I don't do that dunk on
This is
him.
a historically weird year where the top 4 of the AP poll was in whatever order was Texas, Penn State, Ohio State, and Oregon.
But my point is, Brandon he did say he was wrong by Indiana. Like Meek, this is your team, our team. Like I couldn't be more excited about Jackson Dart, the way he's played,
Yeah, he's looked
the
great.
way he's gone. Like you're throwing the little Jordan Humphrey as your number 1 receiver, and we beat the Eagles. Fuck off. And Meek, I'm taking away his Giants fandom. It's gone.
Really?
It's gone.
You do that?
in my heart, he's never
taken
had it.
it
He
away.
never had it.
In my heart, he's never had it
never
either.
even had it.
Because he never wants us to win. He's always looking just to shit on the Giants. It's gone.
So I don't want him on my. So who's he going to root for then?
He doesn't have a team.
He doesn't like the NFL. He's wrong. He hates the Lions.
He hates the Lions.
He's just wrong about it. The Seahawks, he's wrong. He's wrong.
Terrible
about everybody.
NFL takes by Meek. Horrible.
I don't think he has one right one yet. Daniel Jones will be bad. What else has he said?
He's
It's
always
3
wrong.
right there.
He was wrong on Darnold, which I was as well, but he was on that side.
That was 3.
He's been on every side.
So far, he's wrong about everything.
He's.
We'll hold him accountable tomorrow.
I hope so. I hope so because I felt bad for you guys watching that. I was like, that kind of sucks. You guys are excited.
Yeah,
about it.
you're supposed to be.
And he says he's a Giants fan.
Even T-Bob pushed back on it, who has no skin in that game, was because he said, "Oh, it's only a few starts," and he was like, "Well, like Maye didn't light the world in the fire his first 3
Right.
starts. Like he was even trying to be like, hey, give Dart like a little credit. You're a fucking Giants fan, Jesus Christ."
And May had a bad team.
Give him a
last
little.
year, too, and
He's played 2 awesome games out of 3.
Yeah.
Maybe Meek should be like Dave's a Pats fan. Maybe Meek should be a Pats fan.
He should. If he
Should-
wants to
he's a
go, he
Celtics
can go.
fan too. Go ahead, go over there.
I don't want.
might as well
I don't need that.
He might as well be.
He
a
might as well
Celtics
be
fan.
at this point.
He's probably rooting for Jason Tatum right now.
I don't want Meek. And
All right, that was
I
a
gotta
great
give him the
show.
Mets, but-
We covered everything. I'm glad we did it. Felt college football we need a little more. It was a great show. We'll be back tomorrow, and it's Meek's reckoning day.
yes.
See ya.